Hello again, my friends, and you are my friends, and welcome back to another match day ticket with me, the host, the governor. It's not 2015. You don't have to adjust your calendars or your time or anything else. But yes, we do have Luke Chambers and Cole Skuse in the same team. Anyway, I'm glad you all could make it in with us this evening. It's a watch along. I won't be watching. Not now. Not now. But Cruncher will be here, and Neil will be here, and King Cali will be here, and hopefully some more people along the way, and hopefully you guys will be too. Sean says Skuse to score first. In what century are we going to say that is, Sean? Because it ain't going to be the one you're living in or me. That's for sure. Daniel Barnard, all aboard the Skuse bus. Michael Finch, we should beat these lot with the pace and passing talent in midfield. Oh, I might stay for this watch long, actually. It's going to be interesting. Joe, 30% man, 70% fish. Either way, he's one fishy bastard. Right. It is a match day. It is Fleetwood Town away. There is the lineup there. I am joined by two wonderful people. First and foremost, you can support us on Ko-Fi. The link is in the chat. We do have some wonderful supporters on Ko-Fi through either one-off donations or through a monthly contribution. Those there are the one-off. They're the legends. And then we've got these are the Hall of Fame legends that support us monthly. Thank you ever so much for doing so. And as I see your name, Lewis, I hope your family is well, and I hope you are well too, my friend. Right. We also have some iFollow codes to give away. That's right, iFollow codes to give away. And in true Talking Town fashion, we do in fact have a video from our Renegade Statman apprentice. But first of all, let's bring in our normal Tuesday wave of positivity via the Android.
Wake up to the, yeah.
Is it going to work? I don't think it is.
Wake up to the, yeah. Wow. Wake up to the money, turn me right on. You look like you got dressed with no lights on. A Superman that spin like a cyclone. Fit check, spin like a cyclone. Wake up to the money, turn me right on.
Yeah, but we're crap. We're not going to dominate any team.
Well, that was before he put Cole Skuse back in the side, Neil. Now, how do you feel?
Oh, much better. And Joe Dickerson's comment, that was from the Mighty Boosh.
Was it? I've never... Actually, it's a lie. I've watched the Mighty Boosh, but after my back surgery, so I was really high on morphine. And it made complete sense. I will say that. When you don't watch it high on morphine, not so much. Not so much. Joseph Martin, friend, give me a point at Power Pod and a Celtic kit if you want it for the fire. Skuse just said, could give them some oomph. Love it. Now, we are normally joined by Steve, but sadly, Steve's not feeling too well. So we've got royalty with us. But first of all, we do have a question courtesy of Crunch. iFollow codes are up for grabs. As always, first person to answer this question, two-part. Yeah, I can read your lips, Crunch. Thanks ever so much, mate. Oh, two questions. Are you swearing at me or just giving me this?
So to win the 2 match passes for tonight's game at Fleetwood, you must be subscribed to the channel. And you have to answer the following 2-part question. You've got to get both parts correct. So, which club did Fleetwood Town sign Jamie Vardy from? And how many goals did he score for Fleetwood? So, which club did Fleetwood Town sign Jamie Vardy from? And how many goals did he score for Fleetwood? The first 2 correct answers, and you will need to direct message me with proof of subscription. One is already paid for. It is I've got the email and the login, and the other one, if you have paid for the game.
All right, Crunch, don't ask for your life story involved in that, pal.
There's a few hoops to jump.
Man, I'm gully and techie. You want me, then check me. Just butt me, I'm ready. I need that money in heavy. I'm banging these raps like Pumpy with Shelly. Shell it, bad it, I'm dipping. I said that I'd leave, but I'm back in the kitchen. She pour it, back it, I'm sipping. Feeling away, but she tackling feelings. Man, I'm gully and techie. You want me, then check me. Butt me, I'm ready. I need that money in heavy. Banging these raps like Pumpy with Shelly. Shell it, bad it, I'm dipping. Said that I'd leave, but I'm back in the kitchen. She pour it, back it, I'm sipping. Feeling away, but she tackling feelings. I hit it in scurrying, gassed it. She calls it childish, I call it tactics. White doors on a coupe, but I wrapped it. Got a next one, remapped it, rapid.
Royalty. The king is in court. King Cali, welcome in. You are, of course, wearing a retro shirt in.
Yeah,
I want to say in honour of Steve because he's only got a
Yeah, he's not-
headache.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's not dead, is he?
No, he's only
Um,
got a headache. Bless him.
But if I'm standing in for the big man, Steve, he loves his retro Ipswich top. So, this is the only one I could find that was clean, to be honest. So, yeah, a bit retro.
Absolutely. Hey, man, you're looking good. You're looking fresh. I've got Neil. We've got Callie. We've got some people joining us throughout the watch along. Obviously, Callie's been here throughout. So, this is the team. 1923 on the 16th of March 2021. In goal is Thomas Holy, Luke Chambers, Enciala, Wilson and Kenlock. Midfield of Edward Skuse, Dazelle, Judge, Parra and Jackson. I'm not going to talk about Cole Skuse tonight. Well, I'll rephrase that. I'm not going to talk about Cole Skuse in this portion of the show because I've got a feeling Cole Skuse's play will speak for me. But Callie, you've been calling for Cole Skuse apparently since 2013 or whatever it was you were saying. Talk us through it.
I'm happy. I did say yesterday I didn't think he could do a 90, so I don't expect him to see the 90 minutes out. But my only concern is he only had 30 odd minutes was it on Saturday after a year out. So I don't even think he's had a lot of under 23s football or anything anyway. So it'd be a bit rusty, but let's see. I think he's you can see Cook's there. He's like, I need someone solid there that's gonna kind of allow or free up Dazelle. Hopefully he'll do that. Dazelle can push forward.
This is a biblical sort of return, Neil. Like Cole Lazarus, I'm going to start calling him because he had a knee hanging off most of the year, and suddenly, first training session for Paul Cook. There he is, little give and goes round a corner. Now he's in the team.
We've got our box-to-box midfielder back, haven't we?
It's like Paul Cook is amazing because within a week and a half, Cole Skuse is back off the injury table. His knees weren't raring to go. Like, come on, for the rest of the year, he's been injured, right? So this is a biblical sort of return.
The seas are parting.
The seas are parting. Well, the midfield might have to part, but Callie makes a good bit there about Skuse and Dazelle. What do you expect from the two-man midfield there? Lots of energy, lots of pace, lots of ability.
Sorry, was that?
Neil. What is it with you lot recently not replying to me? Kate Riley has started a trend here, Crunch. People just don't want to reply. Neil.
Skuse is going to add a bit of something to the midfield. I'm yet to see what it's going to be. I'm hoping he's going to settle into the game well and will look good. But yeah, we'll see.
He does the simple things, right? He'll break up play. He does the simple things. I'm hopeful more so than when Dazelle's partnered with a Downes or a Bishop. They like to push forward anyway. Skuse isn't that type of player. Albeit, I think his first interception was, to quote Stuart Watson, was high up the pitch on Saturday or whatever when he come on. High interception up the pitch. It's Cole Skuse, but you're not going to get pace out of him, obviously. But I'm happy. I'm excited. I've been waiting for him to come back. Let's see what he can do. This is what we need because the defense is good, and like we said before, like the Gillingham game and previous games, we give away crappy little free kicks. You're not going to get that from Skuse. He's got the experience.
We, in terms of the iFollow, we've got lots of close answers. Julian here is close. Halifax 31. You're nearly there. For all those that have said Halifax, give yourself a pat on the back because that's the right part. It's just not the right amount of goals. I am yet to see in the chat the right amount of goals for the iFollow code. So guys, girls, it's still there. Michael Finch, Cole Skuse equals Roadrunner. Beep beep.
I thought that was Stephen.
That is. I was about to say we'll see him later. Halifax 32. Harry Perry. Harry, if you knew how close you were, son, you wouldn't have put Halifax 32, I guess. But
he'll put up 33 next.
Neil, Halifax 31. Ashley Bell, you're going the wrong direction. Big Al Ref 1. So tonight we have Dracula in goal, Mr. Hoofball at right back, and a Crab in midfield. Yes, but the Crab will hold his position, Mr. Hoofball.
Yeah, but go back to that comment. Let's be fair, right? Holy made a couple of saves, and I've called for Holy to be out of the team for a long time. He made a couple of saves on Saturday. Yeah, he made a couple of saves on Saturday. Over the last 3 games, Chambers has done a job. He's certainly got a golden assist as well. And Skuse is the only player in the team with 100% win rate.
Yeah.
So what's the problem?
That's ignoring the whole last week. Yeah, no, okay. Thing is, though, Neil, we were on with Stuart Slater for what's long last week, and he said about pace and power. When you look at that team, and I don't just mean Skuse in this now, does it scream pace and power to you when you've got Judge on the left, Chambers at right back, Skuse in the centre, Enciala and Wilson are hardly electric? Does it scream power and pace to you?
No, but our team has never really screamed power and pace, has it?
It's a fair point. Ashley Bell, now excusing the team. Ashley, we all are. But as somebody said at the weekend to me, you've had like 260 odd appearances to make an opinion up on Cole Skuse. Like, go with your gut. But look, we'll leave him for the time, because I've got a feeling he'll play a part tonight in some way, shape, or form.
He's going to set up a goal.
Yeah, but is it going to be which end? Because I've watched him and Gherkin, if you remember that Reading game, Callie,
yes.
where they just got the Chuckle Brothers, to you, to me, to you, to me. No,
what was the one where he headed the ball up in the air in the box and then it was put home?
Yeah, I think that was Reading, but it could have been any
Reading game.
Yeah, there was two games like that. Tom James, evening all. I was overwhelmed with all this Halifax chat, but realised there's a comp on that, or we're moving our stadium. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Judge then returns back to the 11 left-sided midfield. We expect him to sort of drift and get involved. Are you happy to see Alan Judge back on the left side, or do you feel with Skuse it maybe in the centre you needed somebody else on that wing, Callie, with a bit of injection of pace and I don't know.
I think Judge's best games that he's played this year have been in the centre. So whether it's a 10 or 8, he's a good player, but he's not a left winger. And if we're talking about pace, Edwards has got a bit of pace on the other side. Judge, there's no pace there. You think maybe, it would actually be quite exciting to see Judge, Skuse and Dazelle together in a 3 and see how that works.
Parrott might drift
out.
Yeah.
He did that on Saturday as well, and against Lincoln, he drifted out, which was, I think, certainly them two seem to be interchangeable, which was, a bit of fluidity that we hadn't seen in a long time.
Yeah, I think Parrott's job is just playing the lines, isn't it? Find the lines.
The thing is, the bench is interesting as well. You've got, Bennett gives you a bit of pace. Lancaster can run at players as well. Bish, as long as he doesn't break his leg and warming up or whatever, he's got a bit of run at players. It's Harrop I want to see something from, because he's meant to be the one that, championship player and all the rest of it. If he's coming on and he's going to be, whether it's a winger, whether it's a number 10 or whatever, he's got to be this creative difference. And everything I've seen of him, okay, albeit it's a bit cameo roles, everything I've seen of him just suggests that he ain't up to it.
Yeah, it's an interesting one with Harrop, isn't it, Neil? Because he's brought him in on loan. Well, and Thomas, but particularly Harrop, brought him in on loan, and there's not a place for him really, because you would think him and Parrott would play the same type of role and in the team, wouldn't you? Really, behind that striker.
I'm not sure what his actual position is, but whether he's behind the striker or out wide, we've only seen a few minutes from him, and he looks tidy, but we haven't really seen anything that would scream championship player.
No, well, we haven't seen anything at all, have we, Callie? That's the thing. We saw a brief cameo where he played a bit deeper and lost the ball. I think that was at home to Crumbs. Who was that at home to? One of the teams.
Plus Sunderland.
Oxford. Might have been Oxford, actually.
Was that one of the games where we done lots of subs?
Yes, and but he didn't play particularly well. But many commentators who perhaps know a bit about him were saying he was playing too deep to how he normally plays. So you are right.
There's I'm going to use Judge as an example. His natural role is a number 10, but when he played deeper as an 8, and he played 8 a couple of times for us, he looked effective. So, Judge is Harrop's meant to be the championship player, that's the upgrade almost from Judge, and he can't do it. And I know, well, this is what we're saying, but Harrop is, he's got a lot to do. And, if you think back to January, the 4 signings that come in, Parrott's there, Danny Rowe 2.0, I don't know if he's injured still, but he's not in the squads anymore. You've got, like we said, Harrop's on the bench, and Matheson's the only one I'd see. Like Parrott now's done enough, I think, for me to say, actually, yeah, I was wrong. He's a decent player and he could make a difference for us.
Yeah, I said yesterday, Neil, Parrott was a signing I slated. I wasn't keen on. Hadn't scored any goals for Millwall. Hadn't proved anything. But actually, out of the whole lot that were brought in January, I love him. He's my sort of player every day. He appears to run through walls for you.
Yeah, he's good, but he's a little bit like Bennett, where they can do something brilliant, but then it can just be wasted by some poor touch or some poor decision of some kind.
But is that where we've got to? But is that where we've got to realise as fans currently where we are in the pyramid? We're a third tier English side. Look, that we're gonna have to expect that misplaced pass, that mistouch, that fall over the lump of grass on the field. You know, because they wouldn't be here if they weren't. Is that fair to say? Do you think?
I don't know. We've played teams that don't look quite so, first season as we do.
Yeah. No, that's true. He's got a point there, though, isn't he, Callie? Really, I
agree with that. I agree with that to a point. And yeah, it's the level we're at. But then equally, like Neil said, it's the opposition we're at. We're playing, crap defences and arguably crap goalkeepers and crap midfielders. So
shit fields as well.
Yeah, and we should be able to do something. I mean, they are youngsters. You do see a lot with youngsters. Decision making is one of those things that gets taught into them. I'm not trying to compare the two players here, but Cristiano Ronaldo is a good example. If you think when he first signed for Man United, he had all the trickery, could take past players, didn't really have an end product. I'm not suggesting Keenan Bennett is going to go on and win so many Ballon d'Ors and Champions Leagues or whatever. But
the new Lee Martin.
Yeah.
No, he is.
Can we have Lee Martin?
Can we have Lee Martin?
Lee Martin was one of my favourites.
I rated Lee Martin behind the striker, particularly at Coventry away when he won us a penalty. He looked pretty decent that game. But
he would pick up the ball from our box and he would drive on through the midfield.
Yeah, Lee Bailey.
We had a lot of players around it then that liked to run with the ball. We don't seem to we seem to be more of a pass it around in triangles, that type of thing, and we're not. Like I said, if you look at that team, look at those 11. Which players do, apart from the guys on the wings and maybe Kenlock and possibly Jackson, no one else really gets the ball head down, runs at defenders. Bish does that really well.
Doing it the last couple of games, didn't he? He's had a little bit of a run.
Do you reckon that's because maybe he's been pushed up a little further, or do you reckon maybe he's just been told, look, you need to do something?
It might be because the new manager's in and he feels he needs to show him a bit of what he can do.
Well, he's comfy, I guess, because he signed that 5-year contract or whatever it was.
Well, yeah, because he keep improving. Lee Bayless, we just need to play with confidence and pace. Confidence you might get today, pace from this side, I don't think you will. The rest will come. We look solid enough at the back. We could be a great 3 points. Yes, it will, because as Curtis says here, we need to start taking advantage of results going our way around us. The week after Portman is a massive week for Cook on the training ground. As it stands currently, Lincoln are losing 2-0 to Gillingham. Charlton are losing 2-0 to Bristol Rovers. So, that's two huge results. Because Charlton obviously are one of the chasing pack. Lincoln are certainly sitting in third. A win tonight, you're looking at third and you're thinking maybe it's a bit achievable there. Lots of drill and chatter, but I'm sure people are just trying to goad me into a rant.
They're winding you up.
Aaron the Goat Drennan. They know me too well. Take that hook out of my mouth. Mike Baker, the lack of pace worries me. Can't give them Tom the ball. Need to play high with intensity for the whole. Donny are losing as well. Oh, okay. Lovely. Are they? Let's have a look. Yes, they are. To Oxford. You are correct. Well, yes, Chris Peachy, you are on the money.
This is the league. The league is nuts. Right, the league is nuts. And that's why I said yesterday that I hold an outside hope that we can make top 2. If we carry on playing, Cook gets his philosophies into the players. Forget the comment there about worried about pace. Like Neil said earlier, when have we ever had pace and power in our team? We haven't, right? We've ground out results or whatever without having pace and power, so we can do it that way. But, I think top 6 were there. Let's just carry on. Today's a win. We start winning. Winning breeds confidence, and then I think we're hitting form at the right time. I hope we're hitting form at the right time.
Yeah, but as you just said though, this league is bonkers. So the running doesn't really pay sort of any difference, does it? Really, it is what it is on paper, and on paper it's on paper, not on the grass. But we are in good shape, and Callis has a good point there about Paul Cook's philosophy. Now you know me, I've got a Lambert post which will be burned. It will, and I perhaps didn't want Paul Cook in at this point of the season, Neil. But how refreshing is it to hear a manager not content with one goal? Like, he wants to push forward, keep going, get more, demands more. How many times over the years have we seen managers shut up shop at 85 minutes, 1-0 up, and go, right, that's it. We'll try and hold on for our life.
Our mate Mick closed up shop at first minute.
Well, Mick got off the bus with the shop closed, mate. He never even left Ipswich with the keys for the shop, let alone open it up. But Roy Keane did the same. Magilton, I can remember doing the same. Managers all over the country.
I always felt Magilton had more of his was an expressive sort of play. He wanted to go and win. He wanted a little bit of flair out there.
Don't you think that was as well because A, the type of player he was, and B, the connection he had with the club as well.
Yeah, he wanted you to get stuck in. He wanted you to work for your shirt.
Mm.
Yeah, and I think Paul Cook does as well, Callie. But I think he wants to keep, he wants to score goals, entertain. He's as close in my eyes a week and a half in to a mix between Mick McCarthy and Joe Royle as I've ever seen. Like, Go on.
I was going to say that's not a bad thing, then, is it?
No. He's got the good parts of McCarthy: work hard, accountability, be professional in your job. But he's also got I don't want just 1-0. I want 2, 3. I want to go and go and go. Be brave, be bold. It's almost like someone in a lab, Callie, was taking the best bits of McCarthy, bits of Royle, and this is what they've come up with. And a week and a half in, I'm quite excited by it. I'm going to be honest.
I think when he first took over, was on that show with Hawks, and he said it, and he said the one thing, and I have to rate him for that, and I 100% agree, which was inject Paul Cook into my veins. The man, like, we've not had, certainly under Evans, we've not had a manager that's just come with so much enthusiasm. He's picked everyone up, and I know, okay, the takeover stuff and all the rest of it has put a bit of dampener on the current situation, but all of a sudden we were 12th a couple of weeks ago. We're in the playoffs now, looking upwards. We're not worried too much about the teams below us because there's that belief that the squad's good enough, Paul Cook's good enough. As the squad and the Paul Cook get to know each other a bit better over the coming weeks, surely it's just going to pay dividends for us.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got DJ Yannick's here, apparently from the good old US of A. As an American, he apparently loves nothing more than guns, radios, and Lady Liberty. Up until he saw Kinlan's hat, that is. I love soccer, guys. What do you think of the Arsenal FC game last night? I didn't see it. I'm going to be honest. Did they win? I don't know. I don't know.
It's Arsenal. Of course they didn't.
Craig, you have all these players geared up for energy about him, not like Lambert, the person of a snail. Curtis is hearing that Fleetwood have called the game off because they're scared of the Skuse.
I just looked at the thing to see if they called it off.
I see the king changed his name back already. Look, he's very, very stealth.
I noticed that you changed my name. I'd never call myself King Lambo.
Darren Grimes with him. I saw it was Skuse. I was like, I can't have that on my show. With our injury record, Skuse will last 50 minutes and go off injured. Is he fully fit? Cole Lazarus. Elliot Lee and NCL, a towering header. About time he notched a few. Facebook user, evening gents. I was there when Cole Skuse scored. Yes, so was I. So, what a screamer it was.
Could do one of those.
Was that the one and only, or has he scored 2?
No. That is the one and only. He scored 2. When did he score the second one?
I think it was Preston at home. Deflection.
Oh, they don't count. Deflections don't bloody count. Not having that. Right. Talk about deflections. Jackson up front needs a goal desperately, doesn't he, Neil?
Definitely. He needs a good game.
Yeah. How big of a game does he need today? Because obviously Norwood will be back on Saturday, we'd have thought.
The last game we saw him, he kept drifting out on that right-hand side, didn't he? And the questionable balls put into the box, but we need to see him do a proper striker's role, and I want to see him throw on goal a few times. He's not going to score with his one and only chance as far as I'm concerned, so he needs effort, lots of efforts.
Yeah, I think one and only chance for a third-tier player is a bit much, isn't it, Callie? But when you are a third-tier player on the outside looking in or trying to force your way back in, and you get one and only chance, you've got to take it, right? You can't.
Got to take it. You got to take it with both hands and step up. And let's see what happens. It's a good game to come back to. It's a type of game where it's going to be, I think, a lot on the deck. I don't think we're going to see too many hoofballs. So I don't think we get bullied like we did against Gillingham. That's where our real weaknesses are. Can't remember. I think it was Lee who said it before, but real lack of height in our team bites us when those kind of things happen. When we keep it on the deck,
we've got. Though, is it? Not just height, though, is it? It's all presence, height, physicality, know-how.
Well, you're right. It's the presence, because you got a 16-foot goalkeeper who just doesn't command his area at all. So
16-foot goalkeeper with the wingspan of a 2-foot mouse.
I don't know if it's been the way they've been told to play, but a few times they don't seem to even challenge for headers and things. They get, at most, they get ready for the second ball.
Do you reckon there's a mental thing there in terms of two things? One, our injury records are horrendous, but then lately, certainly over the last 18 months, 2 years, the amount of head injuries we're seeing in the game, and you got concussion subs, and just last night you saw the Wolves goalkeeper, took a clattering, and that's two players that now for Wolves that have had serious head concussions, and that's all just going in. I mean, do you reckon that plays a factor, or is it tactics and just get that second ball?
It's hard to know when when you're not a part of the dressing room, isn't it? What is a tactical, what isn't a tactical, etc. But as we sit here a minute, and it's a good point, we'll probably bring it up through the watch along. But as we sit here a minute before kickoff, players coming out now. Bold prediction times. Give me your bold prediction for today's game. Chat, please. But Neil on the show, what is your bold prediction?
2-0.
2-0 to the Town, I take it.
Yep.
But why is that bold? Because under Paul Cook, that should be a standard.
Paul Cook hasn't scored more than one goal since he's been.
He's wanted more than one, though. He's wanted more than one.
I've wanted Premier League, but look where we are.
Yeah, fair point. All right, Callie, what's your bold prediction?
No, mine's spot on with Neil's. That's what I was going to say. It's a bold prediction because it's a second goal. I think Carl's got the bold prediction there, though. 45-yarder from Drennan. Yeah, word. 3-1
Town, Matthew Neil. Emerson 2-1, 1-0. Ashley Bell 4-2 Town. We're obviously back at half-time for those that will watch the game and not do the watch-along. So join us back here at half-time, same as always. Callie, what's your bold prediction, my man? And I'll bring the other two in a sec.
I just said 2-0.
2-0. Sorry, I was dazzled by Harrison Smith's comment, right? Just read Statman's tweet. Cole Skuse has started the same number of games as Matt Holland. That's broke my heart, Crunch.
You need to get over lay down.
I think they've both got the same amount of yellow cards in, haven't they? I think
I know which one I'd prefer in my team.
Well, it's not even close. Fisherman is here. Fisherman, behave yourself tonight, my friend. No more.
Anyway, we all need to sync to be on the same time.
All right.
I'm wearing my morning top tonight. I'm in mourning until Evan sells his club. I'm only going to wear this now until he sells the club. Black.
I like it. I like it. I like it.
So what are you on, Callie?
I'm dipping out quickly, so I'll be back in 15.
All right,
man. Look after yourself. 3-0, Ryan Evermere. 3-0 Skuse hat-trick. Oh, Ryan, that is bold. That is bold.
So we're just kicking off on mine, Mike.
They're not
kicking
off
behind you guys.
They are not kicked off on mine yet.
They just kicked off. We're away.
Yep, just now.
Yep.
Yeah, pitch looks a bit rough as well. Looks a bit ropey.
Looks a bit rough. Looks more like a... Look at that.
It's a bit wet down that middle.
So ball was pinged long from the kickoff. It's now a Fleetwood throw-in for those that wish to be made aware of.
I'm still waiting to kick off.
You're not. Refresh it, Mike.
I am. That's what I'm now done. Come on. There we
So
go.
29 seconds.
One defeat in 7, Fleetwood. In good form. Yeah, in good form since Grayson's gone there. Holy
it's a tough one tonight.
If they
what have you gone for? What have you gone for, Mike? What have you gone for? I got 1-0.
I said 2-0. I just think we lose this one. I don't know why. It's just one of them games I just feel we'll lose. I think we'll get plenty of. I think we'll make the playoffs, but just one of these games, Fleetwood are just one of them teams, aren't
Oh, Jack.
So did you see about Downes?
Yeah. 4 to 12 years.
Weeks, isn't it?
Not great, is it?
What happened to him?
Hamstring.
Grade 2 hamstring tear.
Oh, need a grade 2.
Mike's got a grade 2, hasn't he?
Yeah. Mike's painting his hair on at this stage.
I was going to say.
That's really the dabber.
He needs another cut. So, yeah, that picture looks ropey.
I might add, I have a full head of hair. I just, you know what I mean?
30 years ago.
It's just
very
a bit
white
short.
these days.
It's just a bit short. Mike's not an iFollow. No, he's not, is he?
Of course I am.
Oh,
How dare I? How dare it?
yeah.
Rumble.
From into Fleetwood.
Holy rumble. I was watching the Lincoln game a minute ago. That was a bit feisty.
Oxford are 3-0 up.
Who they playing? Doncaster.
Yeah. Doesn't really help us. That would have been better to be a draw for us.
It's like Peterborough Portsmouth tonight. You need that to be a draw, really.
Yeah, you do.
I think
Lincoln
that'd
loses is a great result for us, really.
only if we win.
Yeah. Otherwise,
Long
it's the
throw.
worst result.
Long
Because
throw
Gillingham are
into the
hot
box.
on the hills as well.
Hooked
Keep
away.
a comforter.
It's holy. He's never coming.
Go on,
back.
Andre. Go on, Andre.
Jackson.
Oh, it's a lovely ball. Oh, give it away. Cut out.
Yeah, I'm a little bit behind you guys, but yeah.
But he said great ball before he even kicked it on my screen.
I thought it was.
You
Neil.
would say that anyway.
And he gave the ball away. Oh, look at Skuse. Look at Skuse pressing.
I love it.
Do you see that?
He's either going to be a genius, isn't he, these last few games, so that we can all absolutely hammer Martin, or he's going to be an absolute donkey, and Martin's going to actually ruin us.
I've got absolutely no fear, my lads. No fear. I've seen Cole Skuse play too many times to know what.
Cole Lazarus.
Come on, Crunch. You can't be the only person who thinks this is a bit. Come on. Goes out all year.
It does smell a little bit, doesn't it? He's like I said on Sunday. He wasn't fit, and then you see him sprinting around the training ground.
Yeah, Paul Cook's first session, and there he was. There's nothing. He'd been playing every week. Town with a throw in. Miles cannot pitch the ball up in front of the Cow Gills advertising board. Throws it.
Great lofted ball.
Oh, that is a Miles Kenlock ball on the McCarthy. That is.
Oh, give it up. Oh,
Chamber. Oh, Chambers.
Don't foul him. Don't foul him. No, out for a goal kick. Goal kick. Did you go there last year?
No.
Sorry.
I didn't go.
No, I didn't go last year. I didn't get many away games last year, to be fair.
So, Paddy Madden, their top striker's gone to Stockport then. 3-year contract.
Yeah. Yeah, we know the media mogul's got a few things to say about that.
Is there,
He might pop in at some point this
Is
season.
there different rules then for National League, Martin?
Yeah, they can sign up. Yeah, they're under a different sort of transfer window. I don't think they even got a transfer window, to be fair. Billy Case or Bill Case. Did he get in contact with you, Bill Case?
Yeah, he's done it. So he's paid a tenner, and I'm going to transfer him the £10 back.
Good man. Make sure it's 10,
Then,
not, extra naught.
What was he? I know it was Halifax. How many goals did he score in the end?
34.
30.
Matt Phillips said it was 31, but that was on Wikipedia. Do not take any notice of Wikipedia because it was 34.
Matt Phillips wrong. He'll never
He
admit
said
it.
it was 31. He was questioning me, Martin.
He'll never admit it. He'll only flounce out the WhatsApp group.
Yeah. Come on, Town, get the ball down.
Wilson with that.
Chambers.
Alice,
Lovely little flick.
I'm still on the Wilson Nesta ping.
That's where, for me, Jackson needs to be on his toes and actually be more positive.
I agree.
He needs
The
a big
best
game tonight.
strikers are positive and will run for things that aren't even going to happen on the off chance it just makes it through.
I can't believe the state of our ground. It's starting to look like a proper League One ground now, isn't it?
It's not ours, mate.
Oh, no, it's not, is it? No.
I could tell by the Portaloo in the corner rather than a stand.
I'll hide my head for a second.
Are you still on Are you actually on our game? Or what game are you watching?
No.
The red
For some
suit
reason,
sort of
I had
gave it away.
Bit of a giveaway then, there, wasn't it?
We were at home.
With
That
the big
Fleetwood crowd is looking on League One, isn't
FTFC, Mike, it says on these seats. There you go, look. FTFC.
Mike,
Oh,
when was the
no.
last time you went to Portman Road?
But last,
It's obviously quite a few years ago. isn't it?
Through to the goal.
This is Portman Road on FIFA.
It is.
Wickham last season.
And did it look anything like this?
Actually, to be fair, it didn't look great, no. But
How many were away from 2000, Martin?
Oh shit! I meant to give the link to Ben. Ben, I'm so sorry. It's now uncoming to you, my friend. Sorry, Ben. I completely forgot. I'm so sorry. Sorry, Crunch.
What's the latest numbers
For
on the way to 2K?
Yes, give me a moment, and I meant to tell you earlier, didn't I? I forgot. Sorry.
yeah, seriously, let's get people on it. Oh, hello. Oh, lucky. Need to get to 2000. That'd be great, wouldn't it? I think where we were like 6 months ago when it first started.
Growing.
You know what I mean? You guys done amazing, really, haven't you?
What we need to do is promote your show, Neil, more as well. That's what we need to do with the F1 season starting Sunday. Tune in Mondays. What time is it, Neil? Give it a plug.
7:15.
Oh, you do know then, Neil?
Yeah.
Every week I get a text. What time are we live tonight? Every
Well,
week.
it's in case you decide to change it around. And
He's just checking.
He's all his holiday homes he's staying in, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
We are
Where are you
27 away. 27.
I haven't even had my dinner yet. I'm
Where
out
are you
all
this
day
week, Neil?
long.
I'll
Pardon?
have it now.
Where are you
I've
this
only
week?
got long.
I'm in Peterborough.
Oh, yeah?
I'm in the Hampton.
Oh, you're just up the road, Neil. You're about 20 minutes from me.
Excellent.
There you go. Start crunches in future. Cheaper lodgings.
Could have bought you some dinner up.
I'm not
No,
far
I
away.
don't
Are you in that village up the road from me, Cruncher? Is that where you are?
Where are you? You're Milton,
I'm
isn't it?
Milton.
No, I'm in Alconbury. Do you know where that is?
Alconbury. Just outside Cambridge, isn't it?
Yeah, well, near Huntingdon. Where the...
Oh, you work at Newmarket,
1-0
yeah?
Fleetwood. 1-0 Fleetwood.
Fucking hell.
Long
Sorry.
throw into the box.
Callum
Holy's in
Callum
no man's
Connolly.
land.
Flicked header into the far post. 1-0.
Oh, my God.
Let's have a look at the replay. And they've got the worst goal music you've ever heard. Captain Pugwash.
Is it really?
Yeah, it is shocking. There you go. Long throw. He's got a free header. I think that... I'm not sure who's picking him up.
I'll bring Ben in. Ben, they're a goal up.
I know.
Cole Skuse in no
I've seen
man's
it
land. Cole Skuse in no fucking man's land. Thank you very much. I'll have some change on that receipt. Cheers, pal.
Yeah, but where was the defence?
Oh, my days.
You can't score from a long throw like that unchallenged. That is shit.
Yeah, because you can't
To-
Skuse-
No one challenged him.
Man.
No,
To be
free
fair,
header.
if Wilson was as lost there as he has been the last couple of games,
Hey, what was Holy doing?
Oh, well, everyone says that.
I
every
wouldn't
week,
blame
mate.
him for that, Mike. I wouldn't blame him. That was about 8 yards out. The defenders have got to deal with that. That's a poor goal. That's a real poor goal to give away.
Come on,
Again,
put some
early
names on it. Put some names on it. When you say defenders have got to deal with that.
Well, it did look like Skuse.
It did, didn't it?
Yeah,
Got to admit, yeah.
Silver Fox.
Don't
It's
get
a bittersweet
tune.
It's a bittersweet moment for me, this, because we're a goal down, but
So is that 3 away
I can't
games?
believe
you've
you're getting
conceded
glory
early?
out of that. Oh, that's just... Oh.
Next thing you know, Mike, you'll be wheeling that poster out.
here, look. Is it some sort of weird trick for Norwich fans? Just you hum their tune, look what appears. It's like,
Fucking hell.
is it like
Yes,
a
Is he?
is it a beacon that
Easy,
goes
look.
out across the land and something to go, oh, I'm needed.
Oh, come on, Town. Too easy.
That was crap.
Give him a volley, Mike. Tell him where to go.
Oh.
That Norwich fan, I can't do anything in nature ain't already done to him, mate.
Oh yeah, I've got to change the score on the stream. Hang on then. Hang on. Let me take this one down. That lasted all. How long have we been playing? What, 15 minutes?
Yeah.
Lasted 15 minutes. That did 0-0.
No. 9 minutes.
10 minutes.
Really? Even less than 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Dear.
And they scored.
I'm on 11 minutes now.
Come on, Josh, left-hand side.
Go on.
Oh, poor Cross.
Just relax, guys. We're going to win this game. Don't worry. Don't worry.
We make it hard for ourselves, don't we? Going behind again. Early goal.
Well.
You should never concede from a throw-in, not at that level.
Unchallenged, Mike. If your lad's done that, you would give him a bollocking, wouldn't you?
Trust me, my lads have done that, and I did give them a bollocking. I ain't going to lie, yeah.
Don't ask, Mike.
I have done that, and I'm like,
I haven't kicked
really,
off on
lads, all you have to do is challenge a ball. Even a little more nudge of the defender makes it hard for him, you know?
Ashley Bell's just completely torn you apart. Mike's still looking at the ground, thinking it looks a bit tattered and worn for our Premier League.
All this abuse, you know. I have a wife upstairs who wants to give me abuse. I don't need you guys doing it. Do you know what I mean? That's quality. I will say that. You know, proper quality abuse.
Well, there you go. See, I love what you were
dishing. Been married for 22 years. You know.
I was looking to see if Andy and Stu had reported anything differently.
For what?
On
just in general, you mean?
Yeah, just but not really. No. I'm seeing what Watson says.
Well, what would
see if he's blaming anyone. Well,
I know who I'm blaming.
Giant throw. I see Luke Thomas was playing for the 23s today. Then
that's low money well spent.
Wolfenden was playing.
Most of our Evans's money has gone though, isn't it? Any main investments all been loanees and freebies.
Jacob Farrow, crane train. Yeah, that's the next poor soul that they're bigging up.
He scored today.
Nothing. Yeah, at least he's scoring goal. I don't think he never scored on 23 goals, did he? Don't say I don't remember it.
He wasn't prolific, was he?
If he's not scoring, he did score under 23 goals.
Oh, Neil with the smash. Neil, you're such a funny guy. What's the team, Neil?
I don't know. Actually, I'm going to have some noodles, so I'm going to see you later. And
eat them live on stream.
No one wants to see me, you know.
The world needs to see
some boiled water on some noodles, do they?
Portsmouth 0. Pompey losing 1-0.
I see it half time.
Oh, own goal. So Charlton back to 2-2.
Jackson into. Well, I mean, we've started really badly here, but I've still got faith we're going to win this game. Parrott with a nice little 1-2 off the Fleetwood defender, and then he runs into traffic and loses the ball. I'll tell you what you need to see here, right? All jokes aside, this is when you really need to see Cole Skuse get a hold of the football and get a hold of the game and get his team sorted and settled and get them back down. Because you talk about experience, that's what you need to see right now. Because we're not keeping the ball, we're not pressing, we're not doing anything.
And he organise them, shouldn't he?
Well, this is what I'm saying. You know. So who wants it in the midfield? We're going to go. All right, we're going to go to Chambers at right back. I'm probably a bit behind you, Crunch, but we'll live with it.
Oh, Skuse. Oh, look, lovely ball back to Wilson.
I don't mind that. But then go again. You got to show for it. You got to keep. So see, that's when we get into trouble because the midfield two don't want to show for it. Now, Dozel, who wants it from Dozel? This is it. This is what we need to do. Settle down. This should be Skuse's ball.
We should be pinging these passes a bit quicker, though, shouldn't we, lads? Really, these passes are very laboured.
Yeah, but that long ball from Holy there, that should have been a Skuse ball because Skuse should have been showing for that, screaming for it, wanting to turn and make something go, not having a 40 goalie to go long. Bruce Martin, stop putting this on Skuse. He's been out for 5 months. Whenever they're fucking playing, Bruce, that ain't my problem, pal. He's been played. We'll move on. We'll go again. I will keep talking about him while he's playing the football. Simple as that.
Just wide. Fleetwood, edge of the box. Nearly 2-0.
Oh, my God.
I didn't pick him, Bruce.
That was too easy.
God.
Cheer up, guys. We're going to win this game 2-1. Relax. Troy Parrott double.
I'm just going to refresh it.
So
Matthew Bottrell. Newsflash.
I'm too far behind. It's ridiculous. What's going on here?
You're on the same minute Cole Skuse is, Mike. Matthew Bottrell. Newsflash. Holy dived. Oh. We've lost Ben. Ben will come back. I'm going to see if Nunny wants to come in. The man that makes it all happen. There he is. You say his name and he appears there.
I didn't need to say my name. You all right?
Nunny, how you doing?
I'm all right.
The man you responsible for all you see on the screen. The legend that is.
Not Mike.
No, you. I wake up from text from you. I go to bed from text from you. I love it. No,
your wife know that. Does your wife know that? You wake up to text from him and then go to bed?
Absolutely, she does.
Who
do you think checks my phone? Stephen Parry, Paul from Kenny, Mike Baker. Our first touch is Pony. Ben Moore, we need to get them out of their shape and work them hard at the moment. We are slow and nervous in our play. Bruce Air, this will be for me, guys. You don't got to read this. I'm not saying you did, but you can't perform miracles when his first game back. It's like trying to first. Obviously, it takes time to adapt. We ain't got time. We've only got another month and a half of the season.
Yeah, we've got 14 games.
He's wearing a black kit, so the mud doesn't show as much. Harrison Smith, I've said it once, said it 1,000 times. We don't have a keeper that is good enough even at this level. It's hard to argue. Nani, what have you seen this first 20 minutes?
Same as the rest of you. We just look slow. We've looked. We just don't want
lackluster, don't we? Just no urgency.
Yeah. Like we were saying before, I think we're just second to everything. I don't know what to say really. Honestly, I was hoping to see a lot more tempo. We just. Where are you boys at, by the way?
Oh, he's in. Well done, goalie.
Oh, it sounds like Crunch is about 5 seconds behind.
Crunch is always ahead of everybody else, Nanny. You know that.
This reminds me of Accrington how we started, Martin. We were poor there.
Yeah.
The first 15, 20.
Which is pedestrian. I think he's changed shape a little bit, but I'm not quite sure at that point. I'll come back to you at that.
I think we need to. They're winning everything in the midfield.
Yeah, well, they are. Yeah, well, there you go.
Just drop Skuse into, and then just narrow the pitch a little bit.
In a lay-by on the way home, just make your own way back, Cole.
Oh, good tackle. Good tackle, Skuse. Well done.
What do you mean, good tackle, Skuse? Bloke passed it to him.
Come on. Good tackle.
Good tackle, my ass. Oh,
come on, we need to settle down.
Harrison Smith in the cruncher, in the no cruncher, getting his source to live stream the match to him. Matt Stannard, Mike Crunch, do you coach? Why is our part? Yeah, Mike's a great coach. Often won many things at under 12 level.
Go on, Kenny. Go on, Kenny. Go on, hit it. Ooh.
Answer Matt there, Fisherman. Do you see it on the screen?
Oh, look at that. Oh, and then he gives a ball away.
It frustrates me. It's sloppy passing. It just really is underpowered passing. Just ping it. Ping it to your teammates. They're more than capable of controlling this ball. When they're meant to be, they're better professionals. Just rolling it to each other. That drives me up. Oh, that's one thing I've done with all my teams is make sure they ping the passes to each other. Look at that one. Oh my days.
To be fair to the thing is though, right? Cole Skuse did the hard stuff really well, and then get the ball away.
Yeah,
classic Cole Skuse. You've done the great stuff. Now just keep the ball and give it to somebody in a blue shirt. No, straight away gives it away. And Rex Manning, where are the pies when we need them? I'm gonna get a beer in a minute. This is depressing me, Nunny. This is not the game I thought I'd be seeing today. This is not the Paul Cook masterclass. This is more like a Lambert / Gill masterclass.
We can't blame Skuse.
Oh, for fuck's sake, give it away again. Fucking hell, man.
Oh my God, Kai.
Yeah.
This is getting bad to watch. This is
Chambo, what are you doing?
That's it. Better. Well done, Edwards. Oh, for fuck's sake. Do these not know each other? Or have they just what were they doing before the game? Just getting to know each other. You wouldn't know they've played. This looks to me like a start of the season sort of game where you're still not quite sure of each other's runs and ability, and with the squad's been assembled through the summer. This is not a team in March. They're playing like a bunch of strangers, Nunny.
Yeah, I think Cook's obviously on a high nothing bit. He's not getting any time between games. you don't know what he is doing in the time that he's getting between games. Maybe they have done something that's just screwed him up a little bit. I think they're a bit shell-shocked by the early goal, if I'm honest with you. They just need to settle.
Such a sloppy goal to give away. Like we read in the press, Nunny, about Matt Gill's set piece expertise at attacking. Well, who does our defending set pieces? Because I'm fed up of seeing us concede a goal from a set piece. Right? How many times do we concede from a set piece?
Yeah, the ball to our own players. That would help.
How many times do we concede from a? How many times do we concede from a set piece?
If you see, like I said to you, Mike, if that was on a Sunday morning, you'd see that down the bloody park, wouldn't you? A goal like that, not this sort of level. Free-headed from a throw-in. It wasn't even. Look, Martin, if that was a Rory Delap throw when he played for Stoke, that came in like a missile. That was like a long, looping Jonas Knudsen throw that we never ever scored from.
And they must have known it was coming. They must have prepared for it, right?
Oh my God!
Well, you would have thought so. I mean, with your playing zonal man marking, that ball's got what? From Matt leaving his hand to that header, that's got to be what, 1.5 seconds, 2 seconds? Christ alive! To make a decision to attack it ain't hard, is it?
That's better. That's better. Hold it. Right now, do something. Where are we going with this then? Oh, forward pass, like it.
Oh, look, knocking it about here.
Credit where it's due. This is it. It's what you need to do. Get your foot on the ball and settle yourselves. This is much better.
Oh, no. Give it away, sloppy Judge.
Yeah, but he's got no options, though, Crunch. Like, he's got one man, Alan Judge, moving for him.
Come on.
Everybody else is deciding to play Sleeping Lions.
Oh.
That's a foul. Oh, we can give it. Oh, it's a hospital ball nearly, Skuse. Fucking hell, man. That's it. Keep it in there. Well done, Skuse. Well done. You can clip that up if you like, Crunch. Well done, Skuse.
What was that? Nearly 23 minutes in.
Yep.
Jesus.
Because no matter what people may think, I do want to see him do well. I just don't think he's the best option we've got. But I do understand options are limited.
Who would you have put in, Martin?
I'd have put you in, Nunny, to be fair. I think you're more mobile.
You'd have played Bishop, wouldn't you?
I would have done, yeah. And looking at this game tonight, I wouldn't have seen any problem with that.
Yeah, I think today it's like at Gillingham, they beat us up where they're playing football, aren't they, Fleetwood? So it probably he's not going to play the whole game, is he, Skuse? What are we getting out of him? 60 minutes?
Yeah, I'm amazed we're getting that, to be fair. I thought his knee was hanging off most of the year. I'm going to keep coming back to that because it's the biggest Lazarus ever.
Yes,
it really is. I just don't think I have what to play in Crunch.
So we've had 24 minutes and we've not created anything. Well, give away. Go on, Jackson. Oh, no.
Oh, we can't think we can't lose this. I've written a really positive article for this week already. So
You've gone to. When does it have to be in by?
I'd have to change it. So if it goes 2-0, I might have to go out of this stream to just rewrite the article a little bit. I've gone for a really upbeat, positive, Paul Cook's, stall and stuff. And here we are, looking like a bunch of strangers.
I'm trying to understand what formation we're playing. We just look disjointed.
Callie's WhatsApp.
See what formation we're playing.
So I've just seen the goal. Ben's back. Ben, where'd you go?
I lost connection.
Sorry, man. You should have messaged me saying you were there waiting. Sorry, buddy.
That's all right. That's fine.
Andy Snowswell. Evening, chaps. Sorry, but we're just a hit and rush team. No creativity.
Come on. Right, get corner.
Hang on, Crunch. You can't just say that because the guys at home haven't got iFollow. We need to know what corner we're in and what's going on.
Oh, sorry. Martin Tyler up there.
You can't just say, come on, Edwards, get a corner. Where is he on the pitch?
Well, obviously, in their final third. Oh, look, Chambers is getting some stick.
From who?
I always give Chambers stick, you know that.
Go
on.
Roy Parrott turns inside, then Jackson into his right.
Oh, well done, Toto.
Hang on, wait. What do you mean, well done, Toto? How far ahead are you? Because you're saying well done, Toto. I've got Caden Jackson in there, box about to shoot. I'm thinking, what?
You must be behind.
That's a foul, ref. That is a foul. Thank you very much. Yeah,
that is a foul all day long.
We've got a bit of a foothold in the game the last 5 minutes.
Only because it spent half that time in the corner.
No, we've done the things I said we needed to do.
Mike, come on, give him a little bit of credit.
No,
all right, okay, we're doing well. We're doing well.
Yeah, they've done the things I said to do. They've said they've got their foot on the ball and just kept it a little bit and got a breather. You need to get a foothold in this game and build from there, right, Ben? Because the first 15 we were just nowhere.
Yeah, that final pass is just dreadful. Yeah. Just can't seem to get it forward and sort of getting a shot and goal. I don't think we've even had one yet, have we?
No.
Don't know, his cameraman's winding me up, though. I know that.
Oh, look at that's too easy in the midfield. One of you has got to pick that up. Fucking hell, man! You can't
let everyone know what's going on. Let everyone know what's going on.
Yeah, come on.
We're losing. The team is not playing very well. Fleetwood are pinging the ball around a lot more quicker than we are, and we're lucky to be just 1-0 down. That sums it up, doesn't it?
I think we're lucky to be 1-0 down.
No, I wouldn't say they've hardly ripped us open, have they?
No, they're not.
If he had that on target, there's no way Holy was getting that, was he?
Well,
Dr. Zach King, welcome in, Dr. Zach.
We haven't even had a shot on target, have we?
True.
Well, no, they've only had one.
Come on.
This is actually for a third tier game quite a good game because both sides actually are looking like they're going to want to try and play football and win the game. Yeah. And this pitch isn't. It looks bad, but it isn't actually.
I think it's flat in it. It looks worse than it probably is. It's rolling well, the ball. It's not bobbling.
Definitely. No, definitely. Right, Fleetwood. Ball in the box, great ball, but no one's there. And Holy sees it go behind.
Come on,
cool, calm, assured there, Thomas Holy.
Really?
No, I just thought I'd say it. I just thought it was my chance to be Martin Tyler.
So Steve's got a headache. Is he watching?
I think so.
Because he's probably not feeling a lot better, is he, watching this shit?
No, I wouldn't watch this shit if I didn't have to. To be fair, though, it's not shy. It's actually quite a good game. It's just, if you're a Town fan, it's not the greatest result at the moment. But it's going to change. Don't worry. He'll bring Bishop on. We'll just
like you say, Martin, it's a 90-minute game.
Well, it was when Landon.
Oh, give it away again, Skuse.
Oh, Skuse.
That's about 5 times.
Fleetwood players just finding the space, aren't they? They're just finding the gaps in our midfield and even in our defence. They're just getting in the space and they're getting time to control the ball and do something with it.
I think Fleetwood's best player so far is Cole Skuse.
Oh, for God's sake!
Well, how many times has Cole Skuse given the ball away?
You're kidding.
About 5.
You could argue the same with Parrott, though. What's he done this game? He's been absolutely pony this game, isn't he? What's he done? He's run around like a chicken.
You're forgetting something there, Mike.
You've changed mine anyway.
I like Parrott.
Hang on.
I don't like.
Yeah, but did you see what Matt put in the WhatsApp group?
Oh yeah, well, Matt.
I'll get the gov backtracking on Parrott.
It's not backtracking. It's having humility to say, look, I was wrong, and I was wrong on Troy Parrott.
Still waiting for that for Lambert.
Matt wants to try it sometime. I wasn't wrong on Troy Lambert.
Where is that poster, Mike? Has he still got it?
No,
I've donated. Everybody else has donated.
Yeah, go on. Tear a strip off him.
Oh, you.
Go on.
It's just power trippy, isn't he? He's power trippy. I just sit there yapping away and he mutes my mic. You absolute hoodlum.
Joe says this is boring as fuck. Joe, that is why we do a watch along.
Hey, Martin, last night he thought you cut him off when he was a naughty boy.
I nearly had a heart attack. I didn't quite hear what he said, so don't repeat it. Don't repeat it.
Who I prefer to trust, not to trust. That's all I said.
Don't repeat it. I just
if you've missed it, everybody, it is available on YouTube. I think it's about 31 minutes, Mike. If you want to just,
I got a load of applause for that.
Not from me, you didn't.
No, I know, but I didn't.
Anyway, anybody in the live stream who hasn't subscribed, please subscribe.
Oh yeah, you should.
We're on. Hang on. We're on 1974.
Oh, 26. Come on. got to be people out there who've not subscribed who are watching.
David Aston says, Skuse is a poor man's Matty Holland.
Go on, Edward, skin him.
Even a poor man's Matty Holland is better than Skuse. Even I have to say that.
Better.
It's looking a bit brighter. Yeah.
Thing is, though, isn't that where sort of Caden Jackson shows sort of poor intelligence? Like, you're not going to get a shot on target from there. So you should be looking to either hold the ball and draw a foul in the penalty area or try something else. He's just trying to help it on its way.
Yeah. Maybe he could have got deflection. Possibly.
Had to be a great deflection from there, Crunch.
He could have got a corner. Possibly. But he didn't.
Jackson's never really had a good partnership, has he, with anyone? I was watching the Gary Neville Rooney thing the other day, and Rooney said his best partner was Tevez.
Sorry, who's our Tevez, mate? Like,
I'm just saying, when you consider the partners head, like, you know what I mean?
I'm sat watching Skuse and you're talking about Tevez.
I'm just saying. I
know, I'm joking with you.
No need to bully.
You are right. You are right, though. But he had that last year with Norwood, didn't he?
Come on, my supporters. Help me out here. I'm getting bullied.
Yeah, but didn't he have that last year with Norwood?
Not really. Because they were playing a 3 system, weren't they? A lot of the time.
Were they?
Weren't a lot of 2 up front last season, was it?
Yeah, he played 2 up front because they done well in pre-season, didn't they?
I think he did a 3-5-2
He didn't want to play 2.
last year.
He didn't want to play 2. Ooh.
No.
Aaron Tevez Drinnan.
Yeah, you know.
Aaron Tevez Drinnan. That's a great one, Ashley. I love it. That's a great one. We're going to win this game still. Don't worry.
Oh, we do. But we got to start pinging this ball around properly, like proper players, rather than Sunday League.
Just look half asleep, don't we?
Oh. Look, I did yesterday.
Right,
Fleetwood with the ball on the right side of the field. Oh no, they're not. Sorry, I was just
over the bar.
We're just going to let them shoot.
I think I should like that. I'd let them shoot all game.
What do you put in your lake, Mike?
It's a dye called shadow dye. Normally, lake venue or big venues use a dye. It's a blue dye, and what it does, it's a UV filter. Stops the UV getting to the weed and also helps with algae bloom. And my lakes have suffered with massive algae bloom over the years, and I felt that I needed something, but I didn't want that blue in there because it just doesn't look nice. Don't like blue, and I got this other stuff called shadow dye. Or some serious sorry, somebody just saw something down there. Give Mike a break. He's our chamber scapegoat. All it does is stops the UV getting down to where the algae sort of breeds and feeds, and also limits sort of weed growth. But it makes
Fisherman's Corner with Mike Brown.
Yeah.
I keep saying to Martin we should do a Fisherman's Blues, incorporate Ipswich and put fishing together,
Oh.
I haven't got a clue about either.
We need. Oh well.
Well, we've seen you about football. Yeah, I agree. In fact, you've still got that damn poster.
What poster?
Yeah.
Bruce Ayre says, "Welcome to the Mike Brown Fishing Hour."
Yep. It's like Radio Suffolk this at R7 on a Sunday morning. Next it'll be Cruncher in the Rose Garden.
What was it? Yeah, Fisherman's Blues. That's what used to be on Talk Sport, Mike. Did you used to listen to that?
Yeah, Keith Arthur. Yeah.
Yeah, it was good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
On a Sunday morning. Sunday morning.
It's good,
Piss off, Callie. That's great tackle. Go. Anyway, I'm still looking for that footage, Martin. Apparently, it was in September, October. Callie said Skuse should be in the team.
I'd stop looking if I was you, Crunch, because it don't exist. You'd be better off looking for Martians.
Oh, aimless ball. Out for a goal kick.
There's more chance of finding a Martian than finding Callie putting Cole Skuse should start in any month, let alone the one you've just mentioned.
What would you do? What can we do, really? I mean, who do we bring on that's going to change this?
Ashley Bell, that's a great comment, but I won't put it on the screen.
Put it on. Go on. I love it.
No, I'm not putting it on the screen.
Yeah, I've said it.
Mike Baker, nice bloke, Keith Arthur. Met him many times.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Actually giving me some stick, is he? Bless him.
Stephen Parry says Bishop and Lancaster. Is that who you'd bring on Crunch, Bishop and Lancaster?
Oh, I wouldn't change it. I'd give them 15 minutes first at the start of the second half, and then I'd make some changes. Look, you've got Harrop in there. Why have we signed him?
You could say that for anyone, really.
I ain't going to lie. I would change it at half time. These boys I'm sorry, but they're just. I have to say this, and I'm with Martin on this. Skuse has been absolute pony. As much as I thought he might be able to do a job for us in this formation, he's absolutely pony. Really is.
He's looked rusty, isn't he?
I'm going to drop out. I'll hit the intro for half time when it is half time, boys. All right, but enjoy this last 15. But my wife's got to record something for school, so I'm going to have to just depart for a brief period.
What's that?
Yes, my WhatsApp just pinged saying, "I'll read you the comment." Here it is. Do you have to be live all evening? I won't read the next bit. In a bit, my friend.
Fill in the blanks in the comments.
It's not wow, mate. That's for sure.
Wow.
Well,
So Fleetwood have had one shot on target and we've had 0. That just about sums up the game. Oh, Kenlock.
Did you bring Bishop on, Mike?
I couldn't do any worse, could he?
No, I guess.
Who would you drop? Who would you drop as holding? Because the thing is, this really frustrates me. I mean, Dazelle is not holding midfield, and he needs to get further forward.
Yeah, he needs to play 20 yards further up the pitch, Mike.
Oh, absolutely. We've been saying it all season, though, haven't we? Now, when he has played, look, I'm not Dazelle's favourite fan, but when he does play up that further up the pitch, he looks more dangerous as a player.
what's
They
happening?
like it. It's not just Ipswich. They like 2 holding midfielders now, don't they? It's like it's sort of the done thing. You see with England, you've seen the summer, Mike, when England play, and they'll have Declan Rice and they'll have Henderson both in the team, and you think it's a waste. You don't need 2 people doing the same job.
No.
I say my boys play 3 at the back, and we play with wing backs and we play with 1 holding mid. And what it does, it floods the midfield, and we play 2 up front. And I'll tell you what, then I've put teams on the back foot.
That's what they're playing. They play 3 at the back. Fleetwood 3-5-2.
Yeah. Oh, that's a bit naughty.
Come on.
That yellow card, is it? No.
See, we ain't got going. We haven't had a corner. We've created nothing. Oh, what's he drinking there? Ghost ship. Ghost ship. Why are you whispering? I'm not. What is he doing?
He's hiding from his missus by the looks of it.
So, Mike, what do you reckon? Do you reckon who's going to last longer, the Paul Lambert poster or Marcus Evans?
Paul Lambert poster.
He's a tit, isn't he? He really is.
No, he's lovable, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Definite info, that. Definite.
Come on.
Oh, dear. Let's have a look at the scores, see what's happening.
Oh, that's a good shout.
Most of the scores are going out. Charlton 2-2, Lincoln are losing 2-0, Oxford are 3-0 up against Doncaster, Peterborough 1-0 up against Portsmouth. So we're still 6th at the minute. We really need, Mike, if these results, you've got to take advantage. If we could get a win tonight, we'll go. So if we'd go to 57.
57, we'll go 5th.
We go above Doncaster, we go 5th.
Yeah.
Even a point at the minute, you'd take a point, wouldn't you, out of this?
Yeah, quite frankly, I would. Yeah.
get out with a point and then move on to Saturday. But we've got to create something to do that.
The thing is, right, if we win tonight, we're on 57, right? In fairness, we are not that far behind Peterborough. Oh, well, we're not 8 points behind them as it stands. But, you know, third is more than capable. Easy. But, oh, come on. Look.
Do you see us, though, winning 3 or 4 games on the trot?
Not like this.
No, I don't. Because if we win a game, we're not.
Skuse down here is rated 6.5. I'm like, what game are they watching?
But we don't score enough goals, do we, Mike? So we're always going to be. It's always going to be a 1-0, isn't it? Tight game. See tonight. When was the last time we scored 2 goals? Well, Doncaster at home, but I think we've only scored more than 2 twice this season. One of them was Blackpool, and that was back in. When was that? Was that September?
Yeah,
I got us down for a 2-0 loss on this. I have, but I'm hoping I'm wrong. But we've got to bring on something different. I think Bish has got to come on.
But like, you've got no strikers, have we? You've got Drinnen. Shows where we are.
What's happened to Norwood? Is he injured again? Is he?
No, he was supposed to be in court, wasn't he, today?
Oh, for God's sake!
It was adjourned.
Play the game, no?
It was adjourned for 4 months.
So he can't go to court and play football.
Well, obviously, he was to get to Fleetwood. It is the other end of the world, isn't it? And he's got a bad back, so that's probably not the best.
Leave his missus alone.
Yeah, I don't know. There's more life in a cemetery than in our team.
Absolutely.
You're not wrong there.
Oh, Victoria, I thought you were brilliant the other night. Well done on your first outing on the show. Handle yourself with pride, young lady.
This is shit.
It is shit. Oh, God.
You were very lucky there, Holy. Very lucky. That was more by luck and judgment, wasn't it? Stuck in.
He just doesn't fill you with confidence, does he?
He was very lucky there.
Oh,
go on, Jackson. Shut him down.
Oh, go on. Oh,
we need to get higher up the pitch, Mike. We're too deep. They all need to push about 10, 15 yards up the pitch. I think we've got to play a bit more direct. Get the ball.
Just need to be another 5 yards up the pitch. 5 yards up the pitch and a little bit more condensed.
Mm. Come on.
Right.
We never do it easy anyway, do we? Never expected an easy one.
They look like a championship side, Fleetwood, don't they, the way they're playing?
See, Matt Stannard, he says he'd take Edwards off. Looks very average and gives up too easy. He's been poor since he's come back, Edwards.
Yeah, he's not been the same bloke, has he?
But you could say, Mike, that was his best football he's played since he was at Town. Really, that's really
in the season.
Yeah, what else has he really done?
Not a lot. I was all for keeping him, but I'm not going to lie. I mean,
no, I'll get rid.
Why would you keep him playing on the way he's playing? It's just like.
There's another ball, long aimless ball out for a goal kick. That's nearly half time.
Paul Cook has got some hard work, hasn't he? He's got to get into him.
He's got to get into him half time. Don't pull no punches. It's not good enough.
Absolutely, it's not good enough.
1 minute of added time.
Enciala's been solid, don't he?
Yeah, the 2 centre-backs have done all right. You take away that goal, Mike, there's nothing between the teams here, really, is there? I think you'll find in this league, there's not a lot between the two teams. Like Saturday, we played well for, 20 minutes, but then if you looked at that game, Plymouth, they controlled the game, didn't they? Without really... Oh, look out.
What? This reminds me of Plymouth game, but with Fleetwood in the ascendancy. Fleetwood are playing like we did, and we're playing like Plymouth did.
Like tackle
maybe
by
we'll come out
Edwards.
in the second half and just want us to put some effort in.
I think Edwards might be in trouble here. No, Edwards late tackle. Oh yeah, he's caught him late. I think that'll be a yellow. I think that'll be a yellow card.
Oh yes,
that's a yellow, Mike.
No two ways about that.
He was late, wasn't he? Caught him right on his ankle.
Edwards.
He's improved. I'd get Lancaster warmed up. He's another one. Can do no worse.
That change is going to make more difference than taking Skuse off. As much as Skuse has been ordinary, and you could put Bishop on, but is it going to make that much of a difference? Are we going to look more likely to score?
No, we need more threat, don't we, George, going forward?
Absolutely,
that's the last thing he's going to do.
Who's what's our bench? What's on our bench?
Same benches. So you got Cornell, Ward, Bishop, Harrop, Lanks, Bennett, and Drinnan. It's the wide. We ain't had nothing in the wide areas. It's like Judge. You don't get the best out of him playing out there, do you?
Not well, you take Hughes off and you lose your probably most natural holding midfielder, don't you?
But then you are 1-0 down. We've got to make the run in.
Do you know what? I'm going to give it a shot. I'll take Dazelle off and put Bishop on. I don't think he's done much in this game. I think Bishop offers more.
If Skuse is going to play 60 minutes at tops, isn't he?
Yeah. There's no one else on there that can do a holding role, is there?
He's going to send him off, is he?
No.
Is he going to book him? Yeah, yellow. I think he's struggling there. He's struggling to come back on, Edwards.
I think Keenan Bennett will
come on then.
He's going to need half time to see if he can get over that, but he don't look in.
We can bring 5 subs on, so I'd bring Edwards off. I think he's been absolutely inept this game. I'd even consider putting Bennett on for Edwards, possibly.
He'll frustrate us. He is direct. I know there's not a lot at the end of it, but he does get you up the pitch. I'll give him that.
He reminds me of Gus Uhlenbeek. I remember used to watch him fly down the wings. He'd get forward, and then put a cross in, and then end up in Rose Head.
Over the stand or in the stand.
You're like, hang on, he's always running, and he just wallop it.
There you go, half time, 1-0.
Oh.
1-0 Fleetwood, half time. Callum Connolly with a goal after 9 minutes.
Ordinary.
Average, I think we could say.
Yeah.
Is yours finished yet, Mike?
Yeah, mine's finished, yeah.
Very, very poor.
You have to ask yourself, as a footballer, am I giving my best on that football pitch? And if they can all stand there and say yes, I'll be shocked. I don't think none of them are really.
I wouldn't question the effort. I'll just question the quality. Because we lack in quality, don't we?
There is a bit of lack of effort. I ain't gonna lie. It still looks. You look at the Fleetwood players; they're running all over the pitch, aren't they? We're not, and that's the difference between the two sides. They look like they're just up for it, and we just don't look like we're up for it.
Right. Thank you, gents. For those that are here when the halftime show is over, I'll put you back on the screen. But for my time markers, here is the intro. Welcome back, my friends. It is, of course, Fleetwood Town 1, Ipswich Town 0. Neil, King Callie, back with me. We'll start with you, Neil, as your Mr. Positivity. What did you make of that first half?
We're doing exactly what they want us to do.
And what is that?
They're just allowing us to do little passes in, little passes back. As soon as we try and get further up the field and press on their goal, they just close us down and stop us. So we're making it easy for them. Really, we're giving the ball away to them, just doing pathetic passes and all sorts.
Callie, we started really poorly, obviously conceding inside the first 10 minutes from a set piece. I wonder if they'll stick that in an article. What did you make of the first 10 minutes?
I mean, to be honest, I missed the first 10 minutes, so I'll come back and watch it.
Oh, you've
the goal. Right.
So I'll tell you what I saw in the first 10.
No, but I saw the goal, but that was about it. And then I just watched it from about the 20-minute mark. But from everything I saw, like the goal itself, Neil said it, like the teams are just letting us play what we want to do. There's a little triangle. Dare I say we look a bit like how we used to play under Lambert?
I think Russell said that we've been flat performance, very disappointing. It is flat. We're not out of form. I think it's though. I think you can break that first half into two halves. We started really poorly. First 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I still on the watch along. We need to get a hold of this football, settle ourselves, and play. And eventually we did that. There was a spell when we were doing 2-pass, touch and move, and we settled ourselves down as a result. And then put a foothold in the game and started to grow from it. And from there, we started to emerge. Not good enough by any stretch, but we started to flash a little bit of resilience, a little bit of something. But we started so slowly, so disjointly. It was rubbish. And how many times are we going to see a flat performance from this team, Neil? Because it's not the first time. Gillingham was a flat performance from start to finish.
Is it flat performances, or are they just downright not good enough?
Callie, good question.
I mean, we can't say they're not good enough when we've proven that we are good enough against the so-called bigger teams. So I get what you're saying, but I disagree on that point. I think we are good enough. I just don't know why it's not clicking at the moment. Is it fatigue? Is it the fact that, they played so many games, traveling, and let's not forget traveling in COVID and all the rest of it ain't great. But it's well, I say that, but Neil's in probably premiering or something. He knows exactly what it is. But I don't know. Maybe it's those kind of things, because it's frustration. Because against Lincoln the other week, we started off bad. We had a little spell. They had a little spell. They scored off it. Same sort of thing here, I guess. We had a bad spell. They've scored off it. We've had a slight spell, but I don't think we've tested their keeper or anything it just seems sloppy. And then I'll hold my hands. Yes, Skuse is I think he's grown into the game, right? I think he has. No, he made a couple of good tackles. Nice little. He won a header. I don't think anyone's won a header in the middle of the park all season, right? So I'm giving him extra points on that. But I think he's grown into it.
The only problem is, as much as he's done good things like that, he's just cheaply given it away, or. He done, was it 2 players, because he went to pass it and basically tripped himself over.
I must have missed that part. But
he's been sloppy in possession. He has been sloppy. And
is that not like I was talking to some of the lads on the WhatsApp, and Yatesy said it. He says, he's coming back in and he's having to cover for Downes probably longer than Cook would have wanted him to. Maybe he was going to have a cameo role anyway. But then at the last minute, maybe he's felt he needed that kind of bite in midfield, and Bish doesn't really offer you that bite in midfield.
Neither does Cole Skuse.
No, but in terms of he's solid. I think Cole Skuse is a solid player. I'm not saying
he's not our worst player on that pitch.
Not by imagination.
If you take into consideration, we're not expecting a world beater from him. We just want him to be tidy. So if that's the case, he is by far not the worst player out there.
But he's doing his job. He's doing his job. The rest, and who else is doing their job on the pitch? I'm not saying he's doing his job fantastically.
You're right.
But yeah, with Gwion Edwards looks a shadow of the player he was earlier on in the season. We said it before that's probably his best thing. I'd take him off of Bennett straight away. I know Bennett's, he's not cross it, but at least he'll give the analogy about the NFL stuff before. He'll get you up the field. And we might get a fucking corner or something. because we can score set pieces now. So if we can get a corner, but we got to be up there and win it, and that's the frustrating thing.
For their
Facebook users,
second
Skuse is not our
chance.
worst. Skuse is not our worst player tonight. How bad does that sound? Curtis, on your side here, Cal. Do you want to say Dazelle most overrated? Yes, absolutely. What Callie has been saying has been right. Nobody's doing their job. Andre particularly. Neither in midfield. And then this is where Ipswich Town a lot of times lose the game because it's won and lost in midfield, and too many times we lose our midfield battles. And while Cole hasn't been our worst player on the field, he probably hasn't won his one-on-one matchups enough. Andre Dazelle hasn't won the one-on-one matchups enough. Hasn't got us up the field. Hasn't got the ball. Hasn't made the pass. Could say that all season, to be fair, though, Cal, about Andre.
I've always been a big fan of his, right? I've always kind of beat the drum for Andre, but what Yatesy says there is spot on. He's been absolutely poor today. This is a game that should suit him. It's on the deck. It's something, we've got, Jackson moving around, and Jackson's still making movement. He's not doing a lot, but, he has got players moving in front of him, whereas before he didn't necessarily have that. Parrott's moving as well. And all of a sudden, he still wants to, either it's because he wants to come deeper, but then the passing is sloppy. And, he's meant to be our best passer at the club, and I've said it, I'll rate him, but not today, man. Today, it hurts me to say today he's probably the worst player on the pitch.
I'm not sure this is our game because basically they've started to be a little bit dirty or a little bit skillful in the nature of pushing players about and harassing we're a bit of a weak, feeble team, really. And as soon as you start doing anything, remotely pushing on them, they're just nowhere. And the referee's not helping us at all. There was that ball up the line and Edwards ends up off the pitch and they're all shouting, where's the foul there? And the referee's basically like nothing.
While we're nearly at 300 people watching us live, don't forget, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. We are nearly at 2,000 and that is the goal of March. Sorry, Callie, you going to say there?
I forgot what I was going to say.
No worries. I'll tell you what, though. At what point, Callie, do we say it is Dazelle? Because we keep saying Dazelle with Downes. And then we say Dazelle with Skuse. Then we say Dazelle with somebody else.
I agree. He needs to be... I don't want to use the word dropped, but he certainly needs to be rested. I think maybe one game, apart from the suspension ones, I think he's been rested once. So he's always been that kind of first midfielder. And whether it's the availability, because, apart from that horrific injury he had against Birmingham all those years ago, he hasn't really had a lot of injuries. So he keeps himself well that way. But I agree, maybe it's something... Now we have got the likes of Skuse available. Obviously Downes is out. But then who else have we got? We've got Bish, Do we bring back Hughes?
Why not?
This is where it goes back to... I've said all along, we need midfielders, whereas everyone keeps saying we've got too many midfielders. We haven't got the right sort of midfielders.
No, they're too alike. They're too much of nothing, aren't they? Really, you could. The problem is you it's not you could put anybody in there and get the same high level of play. It's you could put anybody in there and get the same low level of play.
What would be interesting, and one of the things we talked about on the show before, and then it happened, was putting Judges at 8, and I think maybe playing Judge alongside a Bish, and then put Harrop as a 10 and Parrott out wide. Maybe try something, because if Harrop's just sitting on the bench all the time, what's the point, right? Let's terminate his loan. Let's save some dough. Let's call back Brett McGavin, put him on the bench. It's just because McGavin ain't getting game time up there anyway. So no. I don't know.
And I think Tony Mann said it in the chat a bit earlier. We're not fighting for the ball. We're not showing for the ball. Fleetwood are a little bit like Gillingham in the sense that they're pressing high with intensity, looking to get in the faces of Ipswich. And maybe you're seeing limitations of players here, Neil. Like if you do press Ipswich Town, you're going to rush James Wilson, Toto Nsiala, Luke Chambers, who aren't natural, what I would call ball playing defenders. So you rush them, they're going to revert back to what they know, and that's get rid of it first. Clear your line.
Nsiala hasn't looked too... Personally, for me, Nsiala hasn't looked too bad this game. It's the men either side of him. Chambers, whether it's Edwards not helping him out enough, but Chambers is chasing around and around players that don't even look like they're his. They're just passing to another guy, and he's having to run to them and then run back, and he's having no help out there whatsoever. And then when the ball does fall to him, he's quickly rushing a pass to no one, and then they've got it again, and he's having to go back to chasing. And then you got Wilson, where for their second effort, he basically just watched the player bring the ball down. Like, where's the challenge?
But is that fatigue again creeping in? They're playing a lot of games, especially, Chambers has been, I think, most games, if not all games, and then you've got Wilson, who's is this maybe his 6th game or 5th game since he's come back from injury? So, and in a short space of time. How do we get Parrott and Jackson more involved in this game then, guys? Because as the teams start to come out from the dressing room, when we hand back to the watch along, guys, how do we get Jackson and Parrott more in this game? Because they're your game changers, Callie. How would you get them back in this game? They need people on the width to provide. Who's playing on the left?
Judge. Not that you'd know it.
This is what I mean. Whether it's Judge or Edwards, the thing with Edwards is he's normally that suits Chambers as well, because he defends well, so he can kind of back up Chambers, but he's not done that today. So what have you got to risk by taking him off now? But I don't think any substitutions have been made. But I'd bring on Bennett and then maybe bring on Lancaster a bit later on.
Neil, what would you do?
A bit later.
I almost agree that potentially Parrott needs to go out left, Judge needs to come inside, get Bennett's on the right for Edwards, and Jackson needs to be on his toes and be more risking with running in behind.
Yeah, because there was that chance when they played it back to the keeper, and it was just like he kind of half ran to it. It was like if you were on your motor, you could have closed him down, like how Parrott did on the weekend. So I don't know.
If the wide men are offering more, it relieves. It'll actually give us something. We'll look something.
I think everyone in this half has played 6 out of 10, 4 out of 10, 5 out of 10. Nobody has really stood out.
Six has been
being generous.
As far as you were saying that Skuse and that haven't made their matchups, they've almost caught us where we've just got Dazelle and Skuse in midfield, so it's almost 3 against 2. Parrott's a bit further up or not quite a man in the middle there, making it 3 on 3. So yeah, it's more 2 against 1 each time for either Dazelle or Skuse.
It is. And as we hand back to the watch along, guys, my wife has just messaged me saying, I read your article, it's really good, but you have to change it because we're not winning. So Town better win because I don't want to change it, Crunch. Mike, Ben, welcome back.
I think Flatty might be coming in. He messaged me.
Flatty?
Hey.
Adam Flatt.
Oh, right. Okay, cool.
I think so.
The Joker.
What is the maximum number of people you can get on a screen on one of these?
12.
That's 12, is it?
It might be 12 in the stream, 10 on the screen. You might be right. But anyway, we're back at full time for. I'm not sure. Hang on. We're back at full time to have your say. There'll be a live link in the chat for those that aren't going to stick around with us for the watch along. We are back at full time as always. But here we are with the watch along now. Is it Harrop coming on?
Yeah, I think Edwards is off.
Edwards. I'm not too upset about Harrop coming on for Edwards. I think Harrop eventually he's got to show something. Joining us now live from
Josh Harrop's on.
Internet HQ. Hopefully it works.
Hamster wheel.
Hey.
Here he is. Here he is.
I can't guarantee how long it will last. You've got me for as long as my internet lasts, boys.
Keep peddling.
Let's get all the info out of him now.
Yeah.
What do you make of it, Adam?
Toilet. Absolute toilet, that half. There's not much else to say, really, is there?
Who was your man of the match for the first half?
Man of the match for the first half? I don't know.
Any of us for putting up with it.
He's got a point, though, hasn't he? Let's be honest.
Yeah, right. I don't know if anyone. I don't think you could give a man of the match award for anyone, can you? That was poor. What I saw of it, definitely really poor.
What do you think about Holy's world-class save?
Oh, don't get me started on Thomas Holy.
Well, you're about the goal,
honestly,
David De Gea
What about the goal?
style. No, his save.
The one with
Oh,
his feet. The lucky.
On the wall.
Yeah.
What about the goal, Callie? Where was your man Skuse on the goal, Callie?
Look, I messaged Martin. I says, look, fuck's sake. Yeah, that was Skuse and Willow. They should have picked them up.
He was chuckling up in the corner, wasn't he? He was chuckling.
That may have been a reason why I wasn't so quick to jump back on the stream. I was like, let me just see how it plays out a little.
So we're down to
into the half.
We've gone down to 7th because Charlton are winning 3-2.
Yeah, they were 2-0 down, aren't they?
Yeah.
Have they got who's taking charge of them? Their assistant manager or something?
Johnny Jackson, I think, at the minute. He'll probably get it till the end of the season, I reckon.
When have we got them?
Too soon.
It's Portsmouth Saturday, isn't it?
Ooh.
Right, they got a free kick. Let's get it away. Fucking Holy's rooted again. He just watches it go over.
I'll tell you, he hasn't had to wash his kit for 3 whole games, Holy. That's pretty impressive, isn't it?
Is Marcus
He
Evans'
watched his
favourite
all
person?
season. That's what I want to know.
Yeah, they probably all have to wash their own kit, don't they? Cost-cutting exercises from Evans.
You don't even give him 50p for the washing machines. You won't make change.
Come on.
He's got a massive
Jackson's
job
playing out
on his hand.
Oh.
He's got a huge job on his hand.
Jackson playing out on the right, isn't he?
Jesus Christ.
Oh, you got to do better there, old Paul.
That's good.
He just looks a bit. I don't know if his effort isn't there or whether it's just the way he looks, but he looks lazy and not interested. Yeah.
Yeah,
he might be giving it 100%, but he just the way he looks.
He always looks like he's in gear 3, doesn't he? But then saying
he's
that,
a bit ill-suited to that central striker role. Though,
to be fair, though, Neil, he's going on scraps because he's had 0 good balls all half. You'd be pissed off if you played nice. That midfield,
yeah,
wouldn't
but
you?
as much as it pains me to say, Lee's man Norwood, he feeds off scraps and he gets up there. Like it's what Neil was saying, because it doesn't look like he's putting in the effort. Norwood, bang, he runs it into the ground. Jackson's running there. There's no pressure. There's nothing. You're not going to force a mistake. It's League One. We've got to force a mistake. We've got to force it that way. That's what they did with us. Cheap little throw in to give away, and then Cole Skuse was fouled as he tried to jump. The player pulled him down. Referee didn't see it. It was a foul on Skuse.
The thing with him is he seems reactive, not proactive. So he's always reacting to where the ball's deflecting off. He's not making a decision and choosing to read the game and go where he believes. He's just waiting for something to happen.
Yeah. Does make you wonder, what do other clubs see in our players?
Way.
Oh, fuck off, Skuse.
No.
I'm back, lads. What have I missed?
Oh, lucky there.
Jesus, Steven Gerrard just fell over.
Very lucky there.
Someone clip that up for me. That's the experience we've all been missing.
Dreadful. Trod on the
bad
ball.
Bad pitch, innit? Bad pitch. Very bad pitch.
Fuck off, bad pitch. He got tackled by the Keenan Bennett's divot.
He looked like he was fouled, to be fair. It looked like it was a foul on Skuse. I think it was a foul.
It's lucky that Fleetwood striker's first touch was dreadful, wasn't it? Oh my god.
He's a great dog.
For those that wanted to tell me that Cole Skuse will play a role this season, please form an orderly queue. I will be seeing you after the game.
Yeah, but he's been put under pressure and he's got 2 players around him.
No, he hasn't. I'm not having that.
He's on the football pitch.
I can't defend him anymore.
Mike D.
I was like, oh my days.
Mike D, BAFTA winning director, says, does Callie have shares in the Cole Skuse brand?
He must do.
I'm the only shareholder, mate.
Anthony Baker, Skuse is a young upcoming player. Give him credit. It's a good point, Anne. In a couple of years.
Next 5 years, you'll see a good player there. Next 5 years. Oh, we like that.
Go on, Ken.
I wanted an overhead kick.
Go on, son. That's a good effort. I'll take that. That's a bit of endeavour. I like it.
I don't think we can say any more than it was a bit of endeavour.
Oh, dear.
Oh, sorry, Mike. Editor, not director. Still baffed the winning, though, Mike.
Come on.
Where are the
Judge.
runners for Judge? They're just standing next to him.
Kenlock just stood on the touchline there, didn't he? Standing still.
Yeah.
Nice forward pass by Dazelle.
Go on.
Okay, look.
He's got nothing to aim for, though, is he? Apart from Troy Parrott little run in it.
But in that position where if you want him to run into that box and drive towards the goal, and we just turn towards the sideline every time.
Kev Sherwood, look, he's a bit behind us, but he says, "Which one of you is a sniper that just shot Skuse?"
He was fouled, man. He was fouled. It's a bad pitch.
He was, yeah, but fouled by the halfway line.
Bad pitch. Bad ball to in bad situation.
You made me look like world class as a footballer. That's all I'm going to say.
You are, mate. You are.
I reckon Mike's a
all I'm going to say.
I can picture Mike being a pacey little winger, Callie.
I can't defend.
I think he's got it in him.
I mean, he has bags of tricks, step
that's
overs.
Nice.
Well played, Harry.
Was that Harrop? Yeah,
Tom
it was Harrop, wasn't it?
Oh, look at Skuse there.
Even I can
Bombing
do that.
into the box.
This man forward. There's your box to box midfielder.
There he is.
Daryl Jones, Skuse tackled by a green shoot.
There you go. Looked like he was smoking on the way from.
Curtis is also. I reckon Callie and Curtis own the Skuse brand because Curtis is also coming in with the. Can we remember that this is Skuse's second game back? There's always such thing as match rustness, and he's in a position which probably shouldn't have been. Well, no, you got Hughes, you've got Bishop.
What was Downes
you've got
like when
Harrop.
he come back after his injury? Downes was shit.
I don't think he was tackled by the shadow.
It's a bad pitch.
Cool.
And he was put under pressure. Look, the pressure.
We're just going to have to accept.
No, it's all maths. It's all maths. It's maths.
It's all mad.
It's the pressure plus the pitch plus his rustiness equals that. That's all it is.
So, someone's spraying with WD-40. Get that rust off him.
That's why they were late coming out. That's what Puckett was doing. He was spraying WD-40 everywhere.
He was the furthest one forward in our last attack, though. Great ball by Dazelle. Fucking hell. Did Dazelle forget we changed halves?
The thing is, though, I want to be proved wrong. Like, I wanted him to come on the pitch today and prove me wrong because I want my club to be winning, not losing this football game. Because I want to be in the championship next season. I'm the new owners.
Moving nearer to a better internet fucking connection. Honestly, Sky are going to get a harshly worded call tomorrow.
And they'll say, don't blame us.
Mate. Honestly, my internet. Honestly, mate, it's bullshit. It's like my dad rings, there's something afoot. Yeah, well, I've been doing it for 3 years. I haven't cottoned on yet, so.
Your internet's run by Ipswich Town Football Club.
It is. It is. I think it might be.
No, I say it's probably Marcus Evans. It's probably like 1 kilobyte a second.
I reckon we're going to get back in this game. Cole Skuse with a thunderbolt to equalise, and he'll walk, run off, lift the shirt up. There'll be a Talking Town hoodie crunch.
Talking Town hoodie.
I'll take a McGuinness goal.
What's the t-shirt? The hate is a what?
Hate's a hell of a motivator.
That's what he's got.
We should send him that after his recent press comments.
You should check your deliveries. See if one was sent to Cole Skuse. He's like, I like that.
Oh. I wish he would, well, buy Talking Town merchandise for sure, but score a goal, that would be quite nice. It's all okay, guys. Don't worry. We'll win this game.
You know who this is set up for, this game?
First shot on target.
Do you know who it's set up for, Mike, this game?
Sorry?
Drinnen off the bench.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Can you imagine if we win this game 2-1 and Skuse and Drinnen score? I'm not sure what I'd do with myself.
Meltdown.
Shout will be off the charts.
Bullshit. I think on my head goes.
Anyway, Callie, what happened in the cricket today? You're a bit quiet.
Yeah, let's not even just watch this because I'm ahead. Just watch this, and then we'll talk about cricket.
For fuck's sake!
Yeah, we can watch paint dry. Talk about.
Oh, you're fucking joking! Fuck off!
I'm ahead of you guys.
Say.
That's what I said.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Too easy.
So let's break that goal down, shall we? So, right,
Pish, that's what it was.
header from Skuse up in the air. That goes out for a throw in. I'll fast forward 10 seconds. Then we got forward pass intercepted. So it starts from actually from our throw in. Can you believe?
Where's the right back?
He gives the ball away to start off with.
He's not even in the screen, is he? He's not even
there when he's celebrating.
It's his pass. So it's our throw. Okay, Chambers to Harrop. Harrop to Chambers. Chambers gives the ball away. Then they break from there. Dozell flicks it over Toto, who's in no man's land. Callie, I'm going to tell you. And then you got Wilson and Toto. Toto again. You're not really tracking the man. And Thomas Holy. What the fuck? What the
Keeper shouldn't have been beat from there, though. Really.
It's Cowie's not
does it get beat from there?
I did say 2-0.
Yeah, but
this is. I mean, this is it, is it, guys? This is the great Paul Cook I was told about. Like,
you can't make a silk purse out of a sow's ear, Martin.
Well said, Coach.
But you could have saved yourself £2.5 million or thereabouts.
No, Lambert was toxic. You know what it was
where is that Loney Matheson then gone at the moment? Is he injured?
No,
he's gone back to school. He's gone back to school, and Scholes went back a couple of weeks ago.
I'm just trying to wonder why Chambers is still in the team. That ball was shocking. He couldn't even run back to defend it. I mean,
no.
You got to ask yourself, if Marcus Evans is watching this, what is he thinking? What's the fucking point? I might as well let these American guys have a crack at it.
I think if Marcus is watching this, Neil, he's on the phone straight away. Hello, is that yeah? I'm selling now, please. Yes, can I sign the paperwork this minute, please?
What's he getting out of it? Because if he he doesn't know anything about football, but he's got to take a look at this and think, fuck me, I've got some money to spend next year to sort this dross out, hasn't he? He's going to have to definitely get his checkbook out, isn't he? Because it's just all over the pitch. It's just a mess. No,
he's not just re-sign all of this lot.
Well, that's it. I mean, we don't. Sorry, carry on.
It just end up re-signing all this lot and then accept League Two next season or season after, shall I say? That's all he would do because that's all we're going with him.
I don't think we'd get relegated under Cook. Lambert, yes. Cook, I don't think we'd get relegated under.
Cook. 100% we would.
But you said last night, Callie, we go up next year. You said top two.
I said my heart says top two. I think that may be, maybe not happening at the moment. I think we'll still make playoffs. The league's bad. This is one game. On Saturday, we'll all be cheering once we won.
Yeah, we're going to playoffs, but I mean, really, are we going to beat any of the teams? I mean, over 2 legs.
Did you think we'd beat Hull?
1 goal.
Did you think we'd beat Hull? Did you think we'd beat
Doncaster? No, I didn't think we'd beat Hull. But they.
That's what I mean. So we've done the unthinkable, so to speak.
Scoring 1 goal.
The unthinkable.
Beat Plymouth, 1 goal.
No, I was about to say unthinkable on both things. So we've been unthinkable in terms of we got relegated and we're losing to these teams like Gillingham, and we're winning against teams that we think when it's all so bad we don't see any light, and then we see a bit of light, and then we see the darkness again. I don't know.
I'm sure they saved the darkness for Tuesday night.
We're sitting 7th now, right? And Rochdale, who sits bottom, or they were bottom, scored more goals than us.
Yeah, but we know that the goals. That's the big issue in our team as well. It's our front 3 or 4.
Front of nothing.
What's a crock of shit?
It's front 3 or 4. I mean, Norwood's our highest goal scorer with 4 or 5 goals or something.
Oh,
what the fuck are you doing?
What are you doing, you clown?
I just don't understand how he keeps his place in the team, Thomas Holy.
Fucking hell. Why have they gone back to playing out from the back again for? I thought they'd scrap this bullshit playing out from the back. I don't get it.
We looked a better team under Matt Gill.
Matt Gill will be on the phone to Evans, so why didn't you give me the job?
Give it Giggsy to end the season.
Give it to Gilly to end its season.
It'd be interesting to see what Paul Cook's got to say about this performance.
I don't think he'll pull any punches, Mike, to be honest.
I hope not, because that, oh my days.
He won't pull any punches. The voice will be going up and down. Did you hear his interview on Saturday, Callie? It was really high. You know, like, and then it's
you know, you gotta be hustling, like, lads, you gotta calm down, you know, lads, it's a very good performance, yeah. It's a really bad Scouse accent.
We ain't scoring here. We ain't scoring in this game. No chance.
Yeah, I'll be shocked if we score.
Got that prolific striker on the bench to bring on.
He's only made Harrop as a sub, isn't he? He hasn't made anyone else.
Well, I think he'd be making...
But as Martin said last night, it's not Drynan's fault, is it? He shouldn't be anywhere near the side, but he is because of the mess this squad's in. You know, why is he our second choice striker at the moment, or third choice, whatever he is? But it's a mess, isn't it? It's an absolute mess.
Bring back Hawkins.
Stick Di Cornell up front, for fuck's sake.
Hawkins will be back in, Callie. Hawkins will be back in when he's fit, I tell you.
Therefore,
probably.
Yeah, but aren't you all pleased?
The problem you've got
when you're 2-0 down at Fleetwood, and I'll change the overlay in a second. Aren't you all pleased you've got that senior goalkeeper on the bench earning some money that could have gone towards a striker? Aren't you all pleased at that? You know, aren't you all just relieved?
Martin, I said this when I did the Charlton game. I said they should have got a youngster on loan from a Premier League side in the summer, and then they should have spent the wages on either a better midfielder or a better striker.
They got two keepers there anyway, Adam. They got Harry Wright and they got Prisbeck. One of them is more than good enough to sit on the bench.
The thing is, it's the blueprint for the lower teams, isn't it? It's you always have a main shot stopper, and then you have a backup from the higher leagues.
Useless, man.
This is going to end up 3-0, lads, I'm telling you.
Oh, lie.
Yeah.
Oh, no, the third goal coming from Fleetwood. They just will up for it.
What's the time? I was there when Thomas Holy dived and saved a shot. Yeah.
Well, just hit him. Really.
He probably went to get out of the way.
Didn't really dive, did he?
Days.
Right, I'm going to go on mute.
Oh,
is this a boxing match? If it's a boxing match, I'll be thrown in the towel.
Change that column. Get right in.
That's what I'm doing.
Look, we're second to every ball, aren't we?
That's garbage, isn't it?
All over the pitch. What do you make, Ben?
They want it so much more than us.
Yeah.
Oh, my days.
It was a shape, wasn't he? It was a shape.
Woke him up.
I haven't woken up long ago. I work nights, you see, so I'm going to work shortly.
Oh, fucking hell. With this in you, brother.
What? Well, I'm not on the beers.
Where'd you work, Ben?
There we go. There we go. There's movement on the own bench. 3 subs.
There's more movement on the bench than there is on the pitch.
Which one?
Cop Dog.
Oh, I used to work at Cop Dog. No.
Come on, Jackson. You've got to win that ball.
Not that I was ever there, but yeah. Oh, Cop Dog. Ah.
I'll bring 4 subs on here, Mike. I'd bring all 4 on, and I'd use them.
And then we'd get 2 injuries.
Yeah.
I'll just get them on. You've got 25 minutes left here. You might as well just...
Who'd you bring on?
Well, who we got?
Cornell for Holy.
Lancaster
Yeah,
and Bishop.
I'd put Cornell in goal. Bring off Parrott because he's been anonymous, and stick Holy up front as a target man.
Triple change.
Bishop. Is that Stephen Ward's coming on? Fuck off.
Oh, you are.
It is Stephen Ward. It is Drennan.
I tell you,
and it's Lancaster.
This is mental, isn't it? If this was a substitution that Paul Lambert makes.
Can you imagine if this man did this?
If Lambert makes this substitution.
Parrott off, Jackson off,
Kenlock off.
To be fair, Kenlock has had a fucking shocker, so I ain't against that, to be honest. He's not played very well, but then none of them have ever.
It's no normal.
Fucking burn it.
If he brought Stephen Ward on 2-0 down, my phone in at the end of the game would be a fucking meltdown, and rightly so.
Why not bring on Bennett?
So has he kept formation and just gone like for like?
I think he's kept formation. Lancaster on the right, I think. Ward obviously for Kenlock.
Ward's gone in front. Ward in the 10.
Ward's in it.
Ward in the 10. Ward's in the 10. Drynan at left back. Kenlock. Kenlock off for Lancaster. He's playing wherever he wants to. I think.
The time my 7-year-old brother
Lancaster's on the right. Lancaster's on the right.
I got to agree, Martin. If that had been Lambert doing that, I would have been absolutely horrified.
You know, you all wanted Lambert gone because the season was too vital to throw away, and yet here we are, 2-0 down at Fleetwood, and you just brought Stephen fucking Ward on.
It was a big factor in that was because of the salary cap. Let's be fair, and that's not an issue now.
Who did you take off? Who's gone off?
Let's be fair. Let's be fair. That was a big issue. It's like we got to get out.
Jackson, Parrott, and Kenlock, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You got Lancaster on the right, you got Harrop in the middle, Judge on the left.
This is almost like the time when the Dutch manager brought off.
Say that again.
4 on and 4 off there.
3 on and 3 off.
No, in total he's made 4 subs, and he had Harrop on as well.
Did Bishop, Drynan, Lancaster, and Ward just come on?
Bishop ain't come on.
Did Bishop not come on?
No, Bish. He's made 4 subs total, 3 now.
Should have made 4. Should have took Dazelle off.
We are second to everything. Look at us chasing round.
We're just waiting for the waiting for the full time.
They're just making us look silly. We're playing Premier League team here, aren't we?
It'd be nice to see Skuse get a full 90 under his belt.
That deserved a goal, you know. That deserved a goal.
I'm just watching us be not only second but third best to Fleetwood Town, and I'm wondering.
The referee's got more effort than us.
If there's a crowd there, they'll be doing all the olays on those passes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
the linos put more effort in.
Jack Messenger, don't be questioning question the fact these players have let down countless managers. Yeah, I said that all through the season. And I was told one thing when I crunched.
No one wants to believe us today, man.
I did say they're shit houses. Anyone in the chat? Anyway. Anyone in the chat who hasn't subscribed, please subscribe.
I mean, this is almost.
You got to remember though that we don't have the men in this club that we need because Evans won't get them.
It comes back to the reason we play people like Chambers and Skuse because there's no leaders on the pitch. Like Neil says, there's no men about. There's no leaders. We can hear it on iFollow without the commentary now, and there's no one talking.
I just don't like the formation. I really don't. I'm fed up of seeing this formation.
I tell you what really worries me, Mike. It's the stubbornness. You're 2-0 down.
So do it. Sorry.
What do you lose by switching to a 4-4-2 or a 3-5-2 or a 4?
You lose nothing. You're
2-0 down. You're already going home with no points as it is. Like the stubbornness just to bring on Stephen Ward from Miles Kenlock, like for like. That worries me because it's like you've got to have a bit of a plan B about it. You can't just say, "Well, that wasn't working with the personnel we was on the pitch. Let's try a different player." Like that's Paul Lambert level of tactics.
They said he was stubborn when at Wigan, Martin. That's how he plays, and just have to get used to it.
Yeah, but
he won't be long.
Does it not come back to? Is the tactics like we said before maybe not coming up? This is the type of style that.
Look, this ain't on Paul Cook. This ain't on Paul Cook. Any numpty out there blaming
He's got no time.
Have a word with yourself.
He's got no time with these players as on the training ground. He's had no time at all.
I think you could give him 5 seasons with these players.
He's setting the team up. He's setting these players up in this formation.
Give it Gilly.
You know, be a bit more flexible with your formations. Coaches are flexible.
I get that, but then, like I said, is it?
I think he knows more than us, Mike. To be quite honest, he's got 3 teams. He's got Chesterfield promoted, Wigan. He's got Portsmouth promoted.
Yeah, but Mike has led Bilderston under 12s to the treble.
Go on, Mike. Fire back at him. Go on.
No, I don't need to. We've done it, won it, and been it. You know what I mean?
No.
I'll take that silverware right now anyway.
I like that.
Exactly. one more silverware than him. Do you know what I mean?
One more silverware than Ipswich in the past decade.
70 minutes gone, no shots on target at all.
Curtis, last one I watched, Crunch was saying our team can't cope without Chambers as the only leader in the squad, yet we are more nullified without Downes in the squad.
Now, Downes has been shit, though.
Oh!
Are you that far behind?
Oh! We got
I've just seen. Yeah, I'm still watching the first half, boys.
We've already seen Fleetwood's third.
It's still 0-0 at the moment. I don't know what you're moaning about.
It's 3-0 to Fleetwood on this stream, mate.
We're still going to win, don't worry.
Corner, another corner.
Anyway, I've got to go, lads.
All right, Ben, look after yourself.
See you later, Ben.
We've got an iFollow code to give away for Saturday's game. Probably a wrong time to say that, but
yeah, right.
1 o'clock kickoff.
1 p.m. kickoff.
I think you might be getting a few more donations.
Can I just see, right? Drinner's just had a shot on target. Who was that fired at? Who's number 3 for us?
Cheers, Ash.
Oh, yeah, blimey. Still 1-0 according to the stream, not on mine.
All right, I've never billed it as grandstand, guys. All right, I'm not really Des Lynam. I'm not really going to, the video printer.
Get your heads on it.
Foul. Easy.
Oh, fucking hell. We're shy. Right, back to this article.
He's played well for them. Callum Connolly.
He was all right. He
was decent. He was good.
I reckon he was.
He was all right.
I never
rated him. He was all right, man. I thought he was all right.
Apart from Wednesday at home, 9 minutes when he couldn't stop a fucking cross.
Was that the 2-2 one when that big giant scored?
Yeah.
The one where McGoldrick got kicked in the testicles?
Yeah.
Yes.
That was a shocking tackle.
Yeah.
He's their captain, isn't he, Connolly?
Yeah. Centre back.
Is he permanent?
I think they've signed. Yeah, I think they've signed it. Because he was at Lincoln last season, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was on loan from Everton, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think they might have signed him.
Was that ball even necessary?
No.
This team is shocking.
You got to fucking laugh. Oh, man.
So you think Jackson's done nothing in 2 games to warrant another start, has he? He's straight out Saturday.
Yeah, but it's a big step up from the under-23s to professional, isn't it? So you got to give him a chance. He's just a young club.
They should have snapped fucking Bournemouth's hands off if they were offering what, $1.5 million. Jesus Christ!
This is it. I like Jackson, but you know what? He's someone that needs to operate in a 2. He is definitely.
Yeah, he can't play in this, Callie. I agree with you there.
Yeah, he's
this is what you're going to play. Get rid of him in the summer.
I will bow down to Lee on his knowledge about Norse. He's good, isn't he? They're number 18.
Everyone on their team looks good compared to us.
Is that Vassell?
Watching the game, but I tell you what that guy says, he's right. Do you think Paul Cook, should have done his own work about how we play? In fact, he can't play with one up front.
I was laughing at Yates's comment. QVC got a deal on £6. 8 large pork pies for £6. I'm getting them. It's more entertaining, isn't it? Sorry, what were you saying, Mike?
I was saying about one of the guys on the chat said that you would have thought Cook would have done his own work regarding to how we play as a team, and you would think so. Surely this
we play, do we?
Well,
teams don't play 2 up front now, Mike.
Yeah, well,
they don't.
So why doesn't it work at Ipswich then? If everyone's doing it, then and I know we can say we haven't got the squad, but there's teams below us that we are better than. We have got better players than. So why is it not clicking? There's worse defences out there. There's worse midfielders out there.
I'm starting to think we're not very good.
Not as good as we
starting
think
to come
we
to the
are.
realisation we're not very good.
I don't think we're going to make.
I tell you what. This year we'll do 4-3-3. Next year we'll do 4-3-5-2. I tell you what. Let's go 4-4-1. That's how we'll do it. Chelsea did it for years, and everybody started copying. Liverpool done 4-3. If we start doing starts copying. I just think, Jesus, just find formations that work for your players.
I agree. I totally agree with it, Mike. It's the in thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like now when they take them goal kicks. When they take the goal kicks, the two centre backs stand like either side of the 6-yard box. What's that all about?
It's all that tiki-taka shit, isn't it?
Yeah.
We just need to play for.
Play to your strengths.
Well, that's it. Our strengths, our best formation would be 4-0-6 because we have no fucking midfield, have a defence, have 6 attackers. What you got to lose? Fucking what was it? Dutch total football. Let's do that.
Why not?
I agree with Tom James there in the.
They just overcomplicate it.
This is worse than Northampton.
That's bad. They've just overcomplicate everything, don't they? In League One, it doesn't need to be complicated. Doesn't need to be complicated at this level, doesn't it? Play to your team's strengths. It's just trying to make them do stuff that they're not used to doing.
Yeah, what are our strengths?
You know
our best way of playing.
That's a very good question.
Is hoofball. Hoofball.
How to look bang average and make poor decisions.
That Paul Mullin, I wouldn't be. He's 27, 28. We need younger than him. He's having a Murphy season for Cambridge.
Thing is, we're talking about summer release.
Yeah.
We've got 15 minutes left. Why are we still trying to play it out from the back?
I guess that's what Paul Cook wants us to play.
It's the only area we've got any time on the ball because that's all they're allowing us.
Yeah, they're not
even then
pressing
they're
us.
still not allowing us that, are they? I mean, you so many mistakes.
Well, that's how second we are to this game.
You know, when I see these games, I'm so thankful that we never take any cup competition serious because could you imagine if we drew a Man City away with their pressing, that 9-0 defeat, that 9-0 United would look light. It'd be a cricket score.
That's the thing we need to, Kelly. We need to take the cup seriously. That's where the mentality is all wrong at the club.
Well, apparently he will. He's someone that likes the cup, so I'm up for that.
Winning mentality.
He's going to soon be disappointed because we never go anywhere in a cup other than out on the first round.
We went to Old Trafford and saw Josh Yeoworth, was it? Fucking start up front against at the back against
Malachek. Yeah, Malachek, or whatever his name was.
I remember seeing the tight
2 fingers from Mick, that, wasn't it?
I was pissed off. I was like,
Man United's team.
Manchester for what?
United's team come out and it was like full strength, and then you saw Town's team and it's like, oh my fucking god. Mick's just done 2 fingers up with the supporters there with that team.
Yeah, it's just like fucking play for something.
He likes doing that, doesn't he?
He does.
Fucking
if this was a home game, fans would absolutely destroy us, wouldn't they? We would be right on their back.
They've got away with it for too long, Mike. A lot of these games, they'd be getting pelters. Even the away games, they take a lot of supporters there. They'd be getting. I mean, if there was, well, I don't know, me would have taken to Fleetwood on a Tuesday night, but they'd be getting shit from the supporters tonight as well for tonight's performance.
The problem is, all we're hearing in the media is the fact that we're horrid fans. We're really harsh to them and out of order.
We're the most lightweight in terms of fans when it comes to voicing our opinion. Roy Keane summed us up perfectly when he said what a protest would be like and how we are. But you talk about Adam, you know, you're saying there about people would be booing. You'd have a small section. There's so many happy clappers there. People would be like, good effort,
we have far
good
too
effort,
many of those.
We're not. It's not Napoli, is it, down there? It's not Galatasaray, is it? Let's be honest.
Well, Matt Phillips wants flares, mate. He wants directors in the bin.
Did you see that Ukrainian team? That'd be amazing.
And somebody next year is sitting there doing a crossword puzzle.
That's
in the North Stand, top of the North Stand. I stood there watching the game last season.
Ward. Anyway, Adam, at least you ain't had to pay for this.
Yeah, I know. That was what a touch, eh?
It's all right.
I threw about 4 answers in. I was guessing in the end there. I was just putting any old number of goals.
Yeah, Matt.
What was the answer?
Matt Phillips texted me, said you shouldn't have won because you're a contributor. I said you can't have that. Anyone can win.
Those rules weren't stipulated at the beginning, so you can't.
Exactly.
Yeah. Where are the T's and C's, Mr. Phillips?
I know the team was Halifax, but who was or I think it was
34
Halifax.
goals. 34 goals.
Adam, did you just go 31, 32, 33, 34?
Yeah. And Martin said that no one had won it, and I'm like, right, okay, I'm doing this. I'm having this. I fancy watching it tonight. I wish I fucking hadn't, to be honest. That's garbage.
Everyone was looking at Wikipedia, Kelly.
Vicious, come on.
Everyone was on Wikipedia because it does say 31 goals on there, but that wasn't correct.
That was
It's 34. So they've all gone on there because it was like 31, 31, 31 all in the chat.
So you knew who'd gone on. That's a good idea, actually.
Well, I initially thought that was that Stocksbridge Steel team that he was at, but that was the first team he was at, wasn't it? And when he was at, is he from Sheffield, isn't he? And that's Sheffield side, I think. So, oh well.
Did you know?
Players turned out to be though, eh?
Did you know that his original name weren't Jamie Vardy then?
No, I didn't know that.
So Matt Stannard, he messaged me this morning. So when he was, he got different. Holy saved it. His parents have got different surnames, and I think his dad disappeared, and he was Jamie Gill when he was born, and then he took his mum's name.
Oh, interesting.
Didn't know that.
There you go. Found out something you didn't know tonight. Because we didn't tell him a shit. We've already worked that out.
Well, that was probably the most entertaining part of this evening.
Anyway, what did happen in the cricket, Callie? I want to ask you, how come there were 67,000 there on Sunday, and now there's like suddenly COVID cases have gone up?
That was fucking hilarious. The COVID cases. It's like India forgot COVID exists. It's like, we got 1 billion people, man. Don't worry about it. Just throw some more people in there. But it was mad. It was mad. The cricket, it's that pitch. It's a dead pitch. Whoever wins the toss wins the match. Simple. It's a game of luck at the moment.
I don't know how far you're ahead if you boys are ahead.
We have to sit and talk about cricket on this show, isn't it, eh?
I just said Aaron Drine and miscontrol the ball. That's where I am in this game.
83.
Saying?
Yeah, my
name is 83. Yeah.
5 seconds now.
He's got a massive job on his hands, and he could fucking hell.
At least he's got no game next week. At least he can have a full week on the training field.
Yeah.
Is there no much on?
He could have a full year on a training field with these players. I still think he'd struggle.
When's the Shrewsbury game? When did that get rescheduled?
I think it's the 4th of May.
Oh shit! All that far?
Yeah, right at the end.
Because I remember they originally talked about next week would have been the possible slot. I'm glad it isn't. So what do we reckon for the weekend then?
Oh, fuck
do we
They
reckon we're
lost
going
tonight.
with the same 11? Yeah, but
They
let's
lost
do 1-0.
Yeah,
How
lost to
Doctor do?
lost 3-0 at home. So no, they beat Doncaster 3-0.
See, they're breathing down our necks as well.
And see, Gillingham a lot of point away from us as well, aren't they? If you look at the table, Gillingham win. Did they win tonight? Did they beat Lincoln?
They were winning. I don't know if they won.
So Oxford 3-0 beat Doncaster. Yeah, Gillingham won 3-0 at Lincoln.
Fucking hell.
Charlton 3-2. So Blackpool drew 1-1. So we've gone down to 7th. 54, but Charlton played 2 more games than us. It's tight. Look, you've got Portsmouth down in 10th on 52 points. Gillingham 53, but Gillingham have played 36. So we need to have a couple of back-to-back wins, don't we? Really.
The thing is, people talk about our running, though, Cruncher. I'm not convinced that these teams have got big, these teams at the bottom that are fighting for their lives. I don't know. I don't know if it's as easy as people think it is.
No, it ain't. We ain't got the mentality.
I think, 2 games against Wimbledon, Bristol Rovers, Wigan, Rochdale. I mean, they're teams fighting for their lives, and I just think you see it tonight. Teams getting our faces. We just haven't got an answer for it, have you? We're quite easy to play against.
Predictable. We are so predictable. I could have set Fleetwood up to beat us tonight.
Oh, you won the cup, mate.
You know.
Under 12.
Sorry, I love you, mate.
Treble winning Mike Brown.
And the league, I'll have you know.
It's Adam's presence, the witch just flying around, mate. I'm sorry.
Adam's legend with his wit. I love it.
Did you watch those Bollywood films in the end?
I still haven't.
No,
I didn't, mate. Sorry. No, I didn't. Do you know what? I am going to. I will do. I definitely will.
If you've done 90 minutes of this, if you've done 90 minutes of that, that's just half of the film. Don't worry.
I will watch them, though, man. Eventually, I will watch them. Though, I will definitely. They're on my list. I'm just plowing through some stuff at the moment, but yeah, this is toilet, isn't it? Imagine you'd gone all the way up there. Imagine you'd gone all the way up here on a Tuesday night in this. Fucking hell.
Where is the worst?
Getting back to Ipswich at 3 in the morning.
Where's the worst away game you've been to? In terms of that, the result, the length, coming back. You know, because when we win, it don't matter how far you've gone. You could have driven to Scotland and back. It don't matter.
We did it. Well, the worst one I had, we didn't lose it, but I went to Plymouth. And Plymouth's fucking miles away. You might as well be playing. You know, I think it's just easier to get to Germany in the car than it is to get to Plymouth. And we got there late for the kickoff. I missed the goal. I think we drew 1-1, and then we came back. It was absolute garbage. We drew 1-1, missed the goal. We travelled like 7 hours in the car and missed our only goal.
Jesus, Mike Crunch. What about you guys?
Carlisle. 2-1 in the League Cup, winning 1-0. We were winning 1-0 and they equalised in injury time to take it to extra time. And then we lost 2-1. I think that was under Jewell. Scott Loach was playing in goal. I think I got back about 4:30 in the morning. Fucking toilet. I'll tell you what, I'd have this lot in tomorrow. Fuck getting back late. You're in tomorrow morning.
I reckon there'll be hairdryer treatment after.
Rightly so. Too right.
Cancel your days off. You're
not
fucking
for everyone,
indoors.
is it? It's not for everyone beating Fleetwood at their place.
Oh, Drinnan, you're on your heels. Fuck.
How long is Fleetwood to get from Ipswich then?
It's near Blackpool,
isn't it? It's north of Blackpool.
Old coast.
5 hours. Okay. Five on a good run from Ipswich.
Probably.
Well, drive slowly, and you're still in tomorrow.
A lot of the games, especially in the Champ, were a trek from Ipswich anyway. It's right out in the sticks, isn't it? You know, you're in the country. What have you got? We've got local teams there.
Kev Sherwood's got a fair point. Every team looks hungrier, fitter, and more savvy than us.
This is on today. One game, yeah. Lincoln, we looked okay in the second half. The 3 games before that, well, sorry, apart from the Gillingham game,
Great
games before that, we looked good. Let's not overreact. It's one game.
We looked lethargic. We looked knackered.
Not overreact to one game. Well, yeah, but you say that, but we're not even in this game. Like,
yeah, bad performance. Move on. We can't change.
Pleasure beats tonight.
We said that at Gillingham only a week ago. Like you can't go into.
We took a point off Lincoln. We'll get a win on Saturday.
Who are out of sorts.
Jesus, there was a ball to be won there, and he just stood there and watched the defender clear it. I mean, really?
Look, Bruce, there, one shot in target in 90 minutes of football. You know, like there's bad games, then there's absolutely just don't bother getting off the bus type of game.
Well, let's like everyone said, he's gonna have a week. He knows Cook's come out himself, said, you know, scoring goals and creating goals is a big problem. So let's see what he does on the training pitch, and then let's start judging.
Yeah, I mean,
this lot were playing in the North West Counties League in 2005. For fuck's sake.
Yeah, but where were Accrington so many years ago, and we just beat them recently.
Another reason why Marcus needs to go. So it's the fact this league table is being very kind to us that is only saving grace.
This league is toilet, Martin. The fact that we're still even with a sniff of the playoffs with performances like this is just bizarre.
How many games we lost now? Is this 12? Is this 12 games we lost?
You got to say, any team that goes up out of this league is going to struggle. You look at all the teams. I mean, Wickham are rooted to the bottom of the Championship. Rotherham and Coventry are sniffing around the relegation points as well, aren't they? So,
they'll probably stay up. But then Sheffield Wednesday had points off, didn't they?
Rotherham have got about 5 games in hand over some teams at the bottom of the Championship as well, which is mental. But
they got stuffed tonight 4-1.
Listen, we could potentially, if we stay in League One, see us playing against Waghorn again with Derby.
Swindon sit bottom and scored more goals than us. Rochdale sit bottom, scored more goals than us. I mean, that is just, oh my days.
We've got to go.
How many teams have conceded less goals than us? Probably.
Tony Mann says, bad performance. Yeah, Callie, bad performance, move on. The entire problem at ITFC summed up.
But no, it's a fair point. But what I'm saying that is that we're talking about Paul Cook. This is the players he's got. There's no transfer window. He can't go out and buy anyone. You know, there's players obviously out injured now with Downes and stuff. This is what he's got. What is the options? Now he's going to have a week there to put his training, put his practices in full time. Just blow the whistle, ref. Fuck the injury time off, mate. Just blow it.
Or here's a spanner in the works. Or is Paul Cook the right man for the job?
Oh, come on, Mike.
I'm not saying. Hang on. I say something negative and look at all hell breaks loose. I'm saying managers come into teams and they with good records and they don't always perform or don't get the results they need. I'm saying, is it possible that this could be one of them situations?
I think I'll give him more. I think I'll give him more than 4 games. I think I'll give him more than 4 games.
Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, gotcha.
And he needs more than one. He needs more than one transfer window to sort it out as well.
I just worried he's just unflexible with everything. I just
manager's graveyard.
With Evans. If Evans stays, then no way is Paul Cook going to do anything.
Same thing happens.
Well, Mike, we know, Mike, you wanted Ranieri, didn't you? So, you know, this
Ranieri? No, I never wanted Ranieri. Who said I wanted Ranieri?
He wanted Roberto Di Matteo.
No. I'd have took the Cowley brothers, if I'm brutally honest.
No, I'm happy with Cook. I
just think, I'm not saying I'm not unhappy with Cook. I'm just saying...
Don't blame him. Blame the fucking owner. He's the one to blame.
Liam Wing, Boot him. He's going out with my daughter. That lady, that woman, that girl in there was my daughter. Boot him. Kick him out.
Kick him out.
I mean, yeah, there we are. Yeah, that's right, Liam. I'll be round to see you, mate. Don't worry. I'll have you. Hey, Lauren, if you're watching or Liam's watching with you, just give him a good kick in the bollocks for me, will you? He's a good lad. He's proper banter. He's one of the, he's one of them lads. He's a good lad.
Honestly,
does he like you? Does he like you?
I just picture a scene when he's
Actually, we do. He's the manager because I'm the coach and he's the manager of the team. I was the manager, but I had to step down because of the Brandon team. What?
You stepped down?
He said he stepped down.
I did, yeah. No, I stepped down, yeah, because I got other things going on in my life. This is at Brandon. This has nothing to do with the team that I won the cups with. This is the third division team that was struggling, and he was a manager, and he just wanted to get better help. And
he was struggling.
He was as a coach, yeah, he was, and even he admits it. But the boy has really come on leaps and bounds. I've got some confidence out of him, and he's doing well. No, I'll take the piss all you like, but that is what it is. He's a good lad.
Mike, does he want a job at Ipswich? Does he want to Ipswich? You're right, babe. Does he want a job at Ipswich?
I'll tell you what. I'll take it. Oh, mate, them players. I'd be in that dressing room. I can tell you now.
It's it.
There'd be more than hairdryers.
Mike,
has their keeper dived? Sorry, has their keeper dived?
No,
at all.
Anthony
he's taken his boots off and his gloves.
Anthony Baker, did you step down hoping you get the town job?
I can't believe it. I tried to keep that quiet. Yeah. Thanks for that. Yeah, cheers.
Press leaks everywhere. Marty, we need to check the security, mate. Press leaks everywhere.
I know.
Yeah. I knew Ipswich were coming, you see. I knew they were calling for me.
Sorry,
I knew they were coming for me, you know what I mean?
Ooh!
Oh, God, that's
Harrison.
Keep the dive then.
That's a quality comment. Victoria Henderson, it's okay. We've got Hawkins come back from injury to save us. Absolutely.
Paul Cook's just got a nice 6-7 hour coach journey to mull this all over.
Do you reckon,
so what,
Adam?
What?
Do you reckon he'll send out?
Fuck.
Do you reckon he'll send out Matt Gill to do the after-match press conference?
Yeah, I reckon he's just absolutely.
That's something he won't do.
Absolutely.
Right.
I think he's got to.
That's full time. I will bring you all back in to have your say on the post game show. So all stay there. But for the timestamp, I will hit the intro. Here we go. Welcome back, guys, to your full-time show. The chance for you to have your say live following Town's 2-0 defeat to Fleetwood in a game which their commentator apparently called a comfortable the most comfortable performance he'd ever seen. Cruncher, kick us off. What did you make of that absolute shower of absolute dog shite?
That was, I'm just reading some of the comments. That was fucking abysmal, wasn't it? That made the Northampton game look a 5-star performance. What? Did we have a shot on target? Well, I'd lost interest by about 70 minutes because it was clear to see that we were never going to score in a month of Sundays, were we? Cook. I see in the comments, Paul Cook. We had 56% possession. We had 8 shots, did we? 3 on target. Where did that come from?
Where do you stand on this one from Nathan Cutts? This team is mentally weak.
We said that before, Martin. We said that on me, you, and Matt had said that on the podcast. That was in the early days when we started. The mentality, it's just running throughout the club. If Marcus Evans stays at this football club, we will be having a Paul Cook out special probably in about 2 seasons. Because you'll get more Aaron Drinnans, you'll get more Ollie Hawkins, you'll get more Stephen Wards. Fuck me, what was that? Bringing him on, Jesus.
Yeah, I was going to say, Callie, I think even before 2 seasons, based on the fact if Stephen Ward was the tactical master stroke.
Yeah, but no one really thought this. You said it earlier. If it was under Lambert, everyone would be like, "What the fuck is going on?" And now it's under Cook. I don't know how we come to the conclusion to do that substitution. When you're chasing the game, do you really want to swap a defender for a defender? Just the basics of, I know Kenlock was, wasn't playing bad and, been a bit expensive, so to speak, in terms of possession and all the rest of it. And I don't know. It just didn't make sense. But coming back to the leaders debate, though.
Go on, go for it.
Because we're so weak in that, which is why people like Chambers, people like Skuse are needed. Because they need some sort of leadership. They've been... Look... Park today, right?
I don't want any part of the leadership they're bringing.
Who else talks? Who else offers any leadership at that club? I'm not saying the greatest leaders, but I'm just saying generally, in the terms of a leadership role, who is offering any leadership? And you need leaders. We all play Football Manager. You see the highly influential and all the rest of it, right? Everyone is all in the other section at the moment. You don't have any other leaders. So until we replace the leaders, it's very hard for us to get rid of what we got. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, fair point. Matt Stannard, the only positive was you guys. Then you've got Michael Finch, mentally weak and talentless. Ben Durham, game was poor, but you 5 kept me going with the Bants. Dream Team. That's what we like to hear.
That was a great TV show, Dream Team.
It was. Carl Fletcher. We'd love him.
In the block. All in the block.
Safe play. Terry English.
All over her block.
I really wish Paul could all the luck in the world, but he literally has the toughest job in English football. Mike, the toughest job in English football. Do you agree with that?
Oh, yeah. But, at the end of the day, he's come into an absolute shower of shit, really, isn't he? Let's be honest. There's no one player that's come off that pitch tonight with any pride whatsoever, even Kenlock, which to be fair, he's probably burnt out, let's be honest. He's probably been doing the work of 2 men. He's doing his job, and he's been covering for Wilson a little bit as well, hasn't he? Let's be honest. Skuse tonight. Look, people say, "Oh, it's only his 2nd game back" and all that. Look, he's been playing that role all his life. He should know what.
He weren't the worst, but okay, he made that.
Fuck off out the chat. Go back to shagging your sister.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Come on. Here you go.
God, yeah. I didn't have something to say there, but I was very careful.
I was going to say something.
Martin, are you going to try and edit that out for YouTube?
Oh, Cruncher! My daughter texted me. When I said about him, she did. She texted me.
My legal aid solicitor team can't cope with this level of banter.
Look, to the football, Ipswich. I think Paul Cook has got an absolute nightmare of a job until we know what Evans is doing with the club. He's got to sell it. He's got no choice, really. When the fans get back in that stadium, There's going to be protests. There's no two ways about it. You know, there's loads of talk about it on social media.
But will there? But will there? Because like we're saying there'll be protests, right? Blue Action did something. Blue Action did something, and some people are like, well, it's not really for me. So, like, I'm not going to be part of that protest, or I don't agree with this. So they did nothing. And then you've got the happy clapper section as well. There's more people that will just happily say, let's give Paul Cook next season. Let's see how it goes. Evans pays the bills.
Yeah,
There's
but we're
more
not protesting
people
against Paul Cook, are we? We're protesting about the owner. And the owner
but
really...
Those same fans come back to you and say, well, Evans pays the bills. Look at Wigan. Look at Wigan. They've had, bad ownership. We've been there before with administrators.
I like that comment. I like that comment, Mike.
No matter clear, can make his performance shine, Mike.
Got it.
Adam, comment up there said, ITFC from Keon. ITFC must have the worst recruitment in the EFL. Do we even have scouts? Got Dave Bowman somewhere.
Dave Bowman's still drawing his dough, not doing anything. Look, Paul Cook's got an enormous job on his hands. He's got a massive job. I'll be honest, there's not many of that squad that I'd keep. I'd get shot at a lot of them if I could, to be honest with you, but that's not realistic. He's got no time to work with these players. I don't think that excuses tonight's performance, and I think we were saying earlier I'd have him in tomorrow. When the coach pulls up at Playford Road, I'd put the floodlights on and I'd have him out 4 a.m. running drills. That was that bad tonight. But the recruitment's got to be better. We talk about Cole Skuse. The guy should have been replaced a year or two ago, and it's the club's failure that they haven't replaced him with a similar, younger, more energetic, more athletic player. Suppose Chambers, they tried to replace Chambers with Kane Vincent-Young and probably to an extent Toto, but it just obviously hasn't worked out. But yeah, that was worrying tonight a little bit. I'm sort of still waiting for this new manager bounce that other clubs get that we don't appear to get under sort of our managers. So yeah, that was concerning tonight. Very concerning.
The problem is we actually turned up for the last 10 minutes. And I want to know where that was for the rest of the game.
Frustrating.
The thing is,
where was that the rest of the game?
The thing is, though, Neil, that's garbage time. The other team, they're content to let you have the football and shut up shop. Do you know what I mean? They're not worried about it at that point of the game. They're just, you have the ball, we'll close you, we won't let you get over the too far into our half. So you end up looking better than what you actually were, and you think, well, where was that? Well, the fact was, when Fleetwood had their foot on the pedal, we had no answer for it. If it was the boxing term, we came out in the first round, got chinned, and never ever wanted to get in the fight ever again. They were at us from the word go. That was it. It was like Gillingham all over again. They watched that tape and they said, "Look, that's how you beat that team. Go and do that." And they did it. They walked into today's game and did it.
I think Gillingham does a lot of our own undoing. So I think a lot of the goals, especially, was down to us. The goals they scored here, okay, we give them away as well, but they weren't. Fleetwood weren't all over us like Gillingham were. They were they grew in certainly in the second half, but it was just there was lack of creativity rather than there were a few sloppy passes because everyone played at a 4 or 5 today, right? I don't think anyone gets above a 5, but I actually don't think it was as bad as Gillingham or Northampton. It was a bad result. It's probably up there. Probably if those two were the worst two, then that's definitely the third one for this season. But I don't know.
Okay, we'll bring in Jimmy. How we wish I had a player like you in the midfield today. Jimmy, what do you make of today's game?
It was awful, wasn't it? Really was. I was bored at half time. I was thinking well, if I weren't watching it on my missus' computer, I'd try and jump on in here and have a bit of a laugh because I was bored. It was awful. At the end of the day, nobody looked like they were interested. Nobody looked like they wanted to have a go. They just all looked like they were just like pottering around, it's all right. And I think that's a good point, the fact that there's no fans there getting on people's cases. And they know that. And I think that's the same with Liverpool as well. They know there's no fans getting on the fucking cases. So if they make a mistake, there's no one going to be shouting at them. So they've not got, they're always on edge when they're playing in front of the supporters. Because they know if they make a mistake, they're going to get howled at. when they're sat there and there's no fans in there, they know nobody's going to say nothing. It's like training matches, and they can go anywhere. At the end of it, we were fucking shocking. Yeah, it was embarrassing. Just to see that was an embarrassment.
The thing is, fans were at Wimbledon last year, and I don't remember it getting toxic. And Marcus Evans was literally 2 yards away from fans. Like, we're not a fan base that gets toxic, are we?
Everyone will be doing this and smiling, and then throw into the fact.
Evans saving our world. Oh, thank you so much.
Pass me another Werther's original.
No, but do you know what it is?
There's always a section that does that, yeah? But there's always a vocal section that doesn't. And the quiet
vocal
ones...
enough, mate.
Yeah, but you don't hear the quiet ones because they don't send out. You hear the vocal ones. You go to Liverpool and go to the Cop. You don't hear the fucking stands, you just hear the Cop.
Yeah. Listen, apart from one stand in our stadium, the rest of the fucking library.
That's all you need.
Let's be real. So it's just like
He is right. If you had the Copper stand, you'd have nothing at Portman Road.
Listen, we have happy clappers, and then you throw into the fact that the pandemic and everyone will rush back to go to football. You know, Yatesy said it the other day, you know, everyone's going to rush back to get back. Everyone's going to get there. Martin said it before, you know, this is when you should protest. Don't go back. But people still flood back to Portman Road. People want to do that. That's fine. It's a bit of normality after, you know, a really shit 12 whatever months or so. And I get that. But then we don't have that protest mentality. We are going to accept it. We will slide. And that's what we will become an average League One team.
This is
while there's fans like us in this club, that will never happen. I'm saying that now. Just the fans we get on here and the fans that we get texting in a place like that, there will always be fans like us who will fight for this club and will protest, like Richard, like I did, like probably others have as well in their time, and we will protest. And
you still get reminded about it nowadays, Mike. You still get 12 years on. You've got fucking idiots still. Yeah, because it means something to us, you know. Look, I'll admit that I'll go back when we can go back. I've missed going to Portman Road because it's a bit of normality. You go,
Evans.
No, but it's not like that, Martin. It doesn't make you a better fan than me, and it doesn't make Callie a better fan than me if you don't go or you do go.
Out of all you guys,
nobody's going back for Marcus Evans. We're going back
exactly.
Invested in this club. I've invested 45 years in this club. I'm not going to turn around and change that because Marcus Evans pays a fucking bill. Nobody tells me that. Oh, thank you very much and bows because I pay my gas bill. I don't give a shit what he pays.
Do you not get that bow?
Point, though.
When I go to the post office and I pay the bill, they always bow at me. So
the guard of honour as you walk in the post office.
I am the king.
That's a bullshit argument, isn't it? It's like Marcus Evans pays the bill. He's the custodian of the football club. It's his job, it's his responsibility to pay the bills, to pay the wages and that. So that's not really an argument, is it? Exactly. It's not an argument.
We'll all be here long after Marcus Evans has gone, long after Paul Cook's gone. We'll still be here.
But I said when we were watching it,
football's slowly killing me off.
When you watch that game tonight and you sit there and you watch it and you think, what is Marcus Evans actually getting out of this? What's his, what's he taking from this? Because obviously we're all watching it thinking, this is garbage. This is bullshit. There's so much wrong with this football club. There's so much needs to change. What's Evans sat there thinking when he's watching that, and he's turning down potential investment at the football club, or turning down not just investment, someone willingly wanting to take it off his hands to try and do a better job. What is he sat there thinking? What is he sat there really trying to get out of all this?
This might be the tipping point.
Yeah, but we're reacting to hearsay stories in the paper about this is what there is, and this is the, there's been this offer. Don't forget there was no offer before. It's all a game, isn't it? And he's a businessman. I said it yesterday. I think Marcus probably leaked the story himself to kind of hold that. We all play cards. You want to call someone's bluff, so you're like, well, hold on. This is it. He wants another 7-8 million or whatever on what was being offered, and that makes a difference. I don't know, but then when he's sitting on how many hundreds of millions, just fucking walk away, man.
All the people that mentioned that yesterday about it not going through. Nobody's turned around and said who that's from. It's not come from the club, yeah, because TWT said it wasn't from the club. Nobody knows who it's from. It could have been from anyone, so it could be absolute nothing. And I'm going with that for now. That it's nothing until we know more.
Okay.
Because as far as I know, it was just a tweet on Twitter that someone picked up on.
Yeah, and that's what it is. I'll just drop Callie out until he comes back. Yeah, you're right. We don't know. I still think it will. I just don't know. We don't know, do we, Crunch? That's the thing. Jimmy, as always, appreciate it. I'm going to get a passion round now. Here he comes. Stuart with the passion. What are you feeling?
Sunday league football all over again. That's what I'm feeling.
Yeah. Look, does nights like tonight, and I'll probably ask always the same question, but does nights like tonight really show what it's going to be like, even under Paul Cook, if Marcus Evans stays? This is what it is always going to be, whoever's in the dugout. It will be a limp performance with second-rate players, with a 35-year-old left back coming on, expected to, I don't know, change the game, I imagine. I don't know. Adam, you're nodding. Do you think so?
Paul Cook should now be getting in Marcus Evans' office and saying, we need a recruitment team in place now to start identifying players for next season. We're drawing up lists about whether we stay in this league or whether we stay in League One. But that won't happen, because what will happen is the season will end and we'll be behind the curve like we always are, and we'll take effing ages to do anything, to sign any players. We'll miss out on our first, second, third, fourth choice targets, and we'll end up with more players like Ollie Hawkins and Stephen Ward in the team. And like we've all said, 18 months' time, 2 years down the line, Paul Cook will be getting pelters from the support because the football shit and we're a boring mid-table League One side. And that's what I massively worry about at the moment. And I don't want this to come off as an overreaction to one poor performance, because it was a really poor performance. But we've all seen enough of this in however many years of following Ipswich to know what the trend is and what's likely to happen in the next few years if we just carry on doing what we've always done. What's that Einstein said? Insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results, or something like that.
Lee Forsdyke says, outplayed by Fleetwood, no shots into the 35-year-old fullback came on. I cannot believe Cook agreed to come and work under the constraints of Mick and Lambert.
Exactly, spot on. Why would Paul Cook come and work for Marcus Evans? Unless he was desperate for cash and he'd been out of work for however many months and he needed a job. Why would he come and work? Like I think Crunch has said, managers talk to one another. He must have sounded out, spoke to Mick, spoke to Paul Jewell, spoke to Hurst. They might have said Marcus Evans is a nice bloke, but he won't give you any money and you'll be working with your hands tied behind your back. There's no infrastructure behind the scenes. Why would he want to come and put himself through that and ruin his reputation? Because he has got a good reputation at the moment, hasn't he, Paul?
At the moment he has. You're hurting, aren't you, Crunch?
This Marcus Evans has said to him, right, okay, whatever happens with the takeover, you'll get investment. That's like pie in the sky. We've all heard it all before, haven't we, with Marcus Evans? But the reality is maybe that's what's been said. We don't know. We just under Evans, we are going one direction, and that's League Two.
I want to hear from Crunch, Mike, because he's hurting, and when Crunch is hurting, things happen. Crunch, what's wrong? You're hurting big time tonight.
No, I'm just listening to everybody.
That's not like
you. Look, it is a strange one, because I think we all know that managers come here. Like Adam said, it is a manager's graveyard. I know Mick now he's doing well at Cardiff, but you look at all the other managers who we've had, and where have they gone after Town? Down. So I still feel it. There must be something that made Paul Cook want to come to Ipswich. He can come on and he can go on about the history of the club, tradition, and all that. Look, we all know that. We all know our traditions, what we've done, but it's the here and now. And like you just said, Adam, he's not a stupid man, Paul Cook. He's had other offers of other jobs of teams higher up the leagues, and he turned them down. Now, why did he turn them down? They might say it was only because he had a short-term contract till the end of the season, but has he really come to work under Marcus and Lee O'Neill? Do we all believe that when he says it?
No.
That's mental.
Well, if he has,
that
he's not
was
as
crazy.
clever as we think he is. Eddie,
Maybe
really?
not.
You know,
I found the question interesting in the first. Why are you asking the manager about a takeover for? Like, ask him about the grass next week. Like, where's Leo Neal and all this? Is he still doing the old traction control of the foot or the grass? Like, is he still doing the montage play? Stuart, would you make any changes for the weekend?
Fucking hell.
I would get the statue of a goalkeeper out for a start. That's the change I'll make for the fucking weekend.
So are you putting this all on Holy then, are you, Stuart?
Well, I'm not putting it on Holy. I'm just saying he's at some point of the game he didn't get down and didn't move and stood still and stuff like that. I just think, have a change.
Esther, come on, buddy, smile, mate. Smile, bud. I know we're all feeling the pain.
I'm sorry, I cannot smile. I'm hurting.
I can't hear you. Either I've got water in my ears or I can't hear you. I'm going to hope it's I can't hear you because if I've got water in my ears, it's not good. So I'm going to drop you out, bring Josh in. Josh, can I hear you?
Hello. Can you hear me?
I can. All right, it wasn't my ears. Good. What would you make for the weekend?
I'd make a few changes.
Tell me, what would you do? You're Paul Cook.
I think Dazell's got to come out. Dazell's definitely got to come out.
Is this February or March or January? Like, it's for the last 3 months, it feels like. He's not done enough consistently to keep wearing the shirt. I don't know why he's picked. I'm going to be honest.
Same with Holy, to be fair, but
Yeah, big time. Yeah, Paul Di Cornell arrives from Northampton, coveted by championship clubs. Can't get a looking crunch.
Look, he's an average goalie as well. To me, it doesn't matter who plays a goal. They're both average.
Better than Holy though, Crunch, isn't he? Come on.
Is he? We've not seen enough of him, Mike. We've not seen enough of him. We had the guy on from Northampton. I don't know if you see him when we signed him. The guy Martin interviewed from Northampton, and he said he was shit, and that was in League Two. But the thing is, we can all say about this player should come in, this player should come in. I don't think he'll make wholesale changes because the whole squad is a much of a muchness, isn't it? When you change players, it's like for like. You're not changing. It's like Josh Harrop, guys. This is supposed to be a championship footballer. Have you seen anything from him now? Second half, where was he tonight to make that difference when he came off the bench? And he was just a 4 or 5 out of 10, like the rest of them were. You're winning no football matches and going nowhere when you're getting people getting 5 out of 10 every week. If you get 7s and 8s, you can get somewhere. But it'd be interesting to see Andy Warren's what he gives the players because fuck me, there's no one there over a 5, is there? You couldn't name a man of the match. You couldn't name. If we all said who was man of the match, I couldn't name one.
They didn't get off the bus, Neil. Like from the word go, they didn't get off the bus, did they?
And then they brought Drilling on, and look at his touch.
The problem was he actually looked half decent out there compared to the rest of them.
Yeah, I thought he showed more than Jackson. Showed more than Jackson, Neil.
He did.
To be honest, guys, we've got to cut Dryden some slack. He's been carrying a lot of people, a lot of tourists on Blackpool Beach this afternoon, up and down.
That's fucking.
Thing
is, though, I thought you were going to say, and I thought it'd be fair. Got to cut him some slack because he's in a position way above his head. Yeah. He's like the guy at work who's been promoted so many times. He's now way above where he should be. Like he's not a League One player. He's been set up to foul a little bit. I'm going to say it, Crunch, by the media. Drizzy, like bigging him up so fans are expecting something, and we've got absolutely nothing.
And Christ Almighty, Mick McCarthy brought him in for crying out loud. He's had what? Hurst, Lambert, Cook.
There's your problem. There's your problem, Adam. You've got 3 managers we've had, and they've all got players in this team. We've got the remains of Mick's team, Skuse, Chambers, and Sears. Then you've got the disaster with Paul Hurst, and then you've got Paul Lambert. He needs an absolute, like you said, get rid of the fucking lot of them.
It's a Frankenstein's monster.
Get that yard broom. You need one of them massive yard brooms and sweep the whole fucking lot out.
Is there any players you'd keep? Any players you'd keep? In our squad, is there any players you'd keep?
Downes at a push.
I think I'd keep the youngsters. Maybe I think under the right guidance, they could be okay. But
yeah,
I'm clutching at straws here. I'm clutching at
But even
straws.
then-
James looked tired tonight, didn't he? Look, I just can't understand why we got that young right back who's got pace and ability, and you know he can track back quicker than Chambers, he can get forward quicker than Chambers, and yet he's not even playing. I don't get that. Just don't get it. Chambers is no leader. He's never been a leader. He's just been a fist pump, suck up to the North standards. Just North standards, all it is. Oh, let me give you a fist pump. Hey, we won. I just don't rate the guy hard. Never have done.
I just feel sorry for players like Drennan. Like, that's me saying that because he's in a position he should never be in.
No, you're right. You're right, Mark.
Yeah, and this football club is the survival of the fittest, but not in the good way. It's everybody that nobody else wants. Because anybody part of that playoff team has disappeared, apart from Freddie Sears, Luke Chambers, Cole Skuse. Then you've got young players who are brought in on a they're going to be great. Turns out they're not, because if they were, they wouldn't be here. We are what we are under this regime of Marcus Evans. It's scrap heap challenge 5:30 on a Sunday night with your fish and chip tea. We're trying to build a promotion raft with a rusty wheel. It's just not going to work, is it, Josh?
Why is Judge playing out on the left?
Because you're trying to fit a piece in where you need to fit a piece in.
But we don't need to do that.
See, I agree with Louis' shot there.
I'd play him in Dazell's role. Dazell for me has done nothing.
Can you put that comment back up?
This
Louis,
one,
yeah, look, Matheson, Cook didn't bring him in. Chambers will be in all day in front of him, and he will. Chambers will play, Mike. I said a couple of weeks ago, he'll play every game until the end of the season. He will.
The problem, though, Crunch. He's part of this bloody problem with this club.
I'm not saying he's not.
Decent manager would have got rid of Chambers years ago. He's an absolute liability.
But the thing is, though, while I'm not saying you're wrong, Mike, again, this falls back to the leadership of the owner. Why was a man given a window that you then relieved him of his duties a month afterwards?
So if he hadn't criticised him, Mike, would he still be in the hot seat, Lambert, do you think?
Well, this is it. You'd have to say probably not. Because
I don't know.
He was like Teflon Don towards the end, and he got sacked for winning football matches, Adam. That's the shocker of it. Teflon Don all year long, and he gets sacked for winning football matches.
I think he was probably more sacked for throwing Evans under the bus on TalkSport and to everyone who cared to listen to him. There was obviously disagreements going on behind the scenes, weren't there? And he come out after Northampton. Guy's been in charge for nearly 2 years and comes out and says everything's wrong with the football club. After a 0-0 draw, despite previous weeks of saying everything's been great, we've been playing really well. I don't know.
So
who knows?
Does that then lead itself into a conversation of Marcus is not present enough to have these conversations earlier in the year? Because we weren't just suddenly shite. We've been shit for a long time. Like, this doesn't make sense to me. Someone try and tell me what I'm missing.
No, this football club's rewarded failure for far too long. It rewarded, Paul Lambert should never have kept his job after we got relegated, but everyone thought we'd be on a whistle stop. Everyone thought we'd be on a whistle stop tour of League One. Then Lambert should have been sacked before he got given a 5-year contract. So the club just rewards failure consistently. And then when the season ends, he should be sacked again. He should have been sacked again. It's just there's so many missed opportunities, and we're left with what we've got now.
That's a good message about Fleetwood's recruitment. It all comes down to recruitment, and that's the key in the summer. What it will all come down to: the recruitment and getting the right players in. Not spending loads of money, because we're not going to spend loads of money. It's getting the right players in the building.
Yeah, but recruitment is another thing. But you say about how we came down to League One. We sold our best goalkeeper to Millwall. When Blackburn, they kept hold. Other teams that have come down.
He was part of the mentality as well, Martin, that we're on about, the losing mentality. He basically admitted relegation. McGoldrick, when he left, said that it was too easy, floating around in the mid-table. So where does that all come from? It comes from the top. The owner.
But you need to keep holding your best players.
Culpable in all
because
of
in that
this.
case, But in that case, Crunch, you need to have let all of those senior players go. You can't put one player as that scapegoat for that year.
I said they should have gone after relegation. They should have done.
The fact
it should have been a total reset. It should have been a total reset with the manager going as well, who 34 games he had, and we went down with a fucking whimper. And we all fucking sat there singing. We sat there singing Three Little Birds. Everything's going to be all right. And it's not fucking all right. And it's still not all right. And it still won't be all right as long as fucking Evans is here. It won't get better.
But Lambert, you talk about recruitment.
Sorry, yeah.
Sorry, Mike. No, you go, Mike.
Lambert used to come after the games, after shit performances, going, "Oh yeah, I couldn't ask more for the lads. Can't, they were really good." And we all sat there and went, "What are you talking about?" That was why Lambert left, because he came out and said a lot of shit, really. And his management style was woeful. I'm sorry, but Lambert should have gone. I agree with you, Crunch. He should have gone. The season we were relegated from a championship, he should have gone. 5-year contract, shocking behaviour.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's too easy. It's been too easy at the club. Lewis's message there. We've got too many players. Where's it gone?
Sorry.
Lewis. No, Lewis Mitchell. We've got too many players about the mentality. Yeah, they're not mentally strong enough. They're not. It's a big club playing for Ipswich. I know we're in League One, but it's still a big club, and you need big personalities to stand up. Even going to places like Fleetwood tonight. It's not an easy game. It's not an easy game. It's like Adam said. With all them fixtures left, we say, "Oh yeah, we'll get in the playoffs because we've got to play Rochdale, we've got to play Wimbledon." The fucking players haven't got it in them to go and get a fucking result at these places because they're weak mentally.
Lloyd, welcome in. What do you think of today's game?
We're not a big club anymore, are we? How many years has it been since we have been one?
Too long. Because we accept the downgrade of ourselves. We
accepted relegation, Martin. Yeah, we accepted relegation. People said, "Oh yeah, we'll go down, we'll come back, it'll be all right, we'll be able to rebuild." And look at the fucking mess we're in now.
I used to like Bob Marley as well, but I can't fucking listen to that song anymore.
Slightly sober for once. Talk to us.
No beers tonight. No beers tonight, mate.
I've had a few wines, but I got to about the 70th minute, and it was, shall I continue with the end of it? Should I not? A few things I noticed from tonight. I was speaking to my dad at half time. He's always commenting on the programme, and we had disagreement with Jackson. So Dad was really frustrated with Jackson, and he felt that he's not doing enough. In terms of Jackson's performance, frustrated, annoyed as we all are. But are you asking Jackson to do something that he can't do? I think we are. I think
play football.
I think Jackson's game is get behind the striker and finish a goal. The only time we ever look like we can hold the ball up and get the ball up the top of the pitch is when we have Norwood play. Like Jackson just never. Even when we were good last year, Jackson was never able to do that. He only ever looked good when we had Norwood up front. I just think we're so boring to watch. I think Dezell in the middle. Dezell looks like someone to me that has come on loan from a top club with a lot of ability. He looks like at times he has some good ability, but he also looks like he couldn't give an absolute flying fuck if we finish 15th in the table, we finish 7th in the table. As long as he looks like he's got his sleeves rolled up and he's looking all right, he's looking good on the eye, he's played a few nice passes, he's jogged along nicely and it all looks nice and good and on the eye, that's okay, that'll do. Surely, his dad and his uncle must be watching him tonight and be on the WhatsApp chat saying, "What the fuck was that, son?" Surely, because that was dreadful. A bigger picture for me, unless Evans go, we're in a lot of trouble. And I think if Cook doesn't succeed at Ipswich or gets to a 6 out of 10, that shows even more evidence that Marcus Evans is the issue. Because Cook is a good manager; he's a very good manager. Evans is the issue.
You don't need any more evidence. We all know Evans is the issue, but Evans is the owner until the paperwork or anything signed, and he will put what he feels right is into the club. So, and at the moment, we've got, like you guys said, we've got scrap each challenge as our players, and our recruitment, I think you guys said before, consists of people like Ollie Hawkins. So it's all well and good us saying, well, I wouldn't keep this player, I wouldn't keep this player. Who could we fucking get? Who would come here?
I said last night we got players from Poundland Bargain Bucket. Correct. We've gone to the recycle centre and got our
99p worth.
They are that bad.
You've gone to the recycling centre and as someone's getting some shit out of their car, you've asked if you can have that. Is that right if I take that on with me instead of you scrapping it? thing is, guys, right? You had Darren Curry on here the other night saying he was offering players to Town, wasn't he, from Barnet, and they were being told to go. And I don't know if Brexit's going to have a massive impact on trading footballers in Europe, but fuck me, we've always had a link with Holland. Roycer and Wilnis, the two Dutch lads we signed in the 80s. I mean, why aren't we looking at those markets and stuff like that? And I know our recruitment is dog shit. You don't need to tell me that twice. But why aren't we tapping into sort of ex-pros and stuff that are over in Holland? Or, I mean, for crying out loud, Paul Lambert banged on that he played for big clubs like Celtic and Dortmund. Why weren't we tapping them up for some players,
we did,
for Christ's sake?
Keane and Bennett.
Oh, yeah, okay, fair enough. But why aren't we looking for any more? Why weren't we looking for any more? Why weren't we looking in the Scottish market? Or why aren't we looking in the the second tier of German football? Or why aren't we looking in the Dutch or the Belgian leagues? Look, I know it's hit and miss, but you know what I mean. We could have probably got someone far better than Ollie Hawkins off the continent for probably half his wages.
Callie,
we could have got the World League and got a better player.
Callie, are you worried if Marcus stays that Paul Cook, because he's a manager held in high regard, might say, "Do you know what? I'm out. I'm out. I'm out.
No,
I'm out of this."
I don't think Cook will walk away.
Really?
I don't think Cook will walk away. I don't see him walking away. No, it's football. Why didn't he take the Cardiff, the Sheffield Wednesday job? Was he offered the Sheffield Wednesday job?
They're balmy. They're a basket case club. They're more of a nutty club than Town behind the scenes.
I think the pandemic will change the scope of football, right? In terms of availability for jobs and stuff like that. At the end of days, people like, especially football managers, merry-go-round and all those kind of things. You don't really see, okay, you've had a few in the Prem, but you haven't had, last couple of seasons, how many Premier League managers have gone by Christmas or gone throughout the season? We're not at those numbers. Same throughout the leagues. I'm not saying people ain't getting sacked or people aren't walking away, but actually, sorry, apart from probably Chris Wilder, no one's actually walked away. Lambert didn't walk away. And if we're saying, Richie was saying, if the Wigan guy was saying that he's a stubborn guy, then why would he walk away? I don't know if you've seen that Not for the Top 20. There's stumbled across it on YouTube. Did you, with the Cowley guy, yeah? And he was there like, I'm desperate to get back in, lad. I can't wait to get back in, lad. He was proper on it. So, he was biting at the bit.
But football is a very short-term memory game, Mike. And if you arrive based on a takeover rumour, as people keep saying, Cook wouldn't have arrived unless he was promised funds. If you get to the summer and Evans is still sat in the chair and so the budget comes to your desk and it says something absolutely ridiculous.
Zero.
Are you a manager, if you're held in high regard, going to sit there and say, I'll muddle through with this? Or are you going to say thanks, but no thanks?
Mine, I'll save the paperwork. It says zero.
If he's as intelligent as we all hope he is as a manager, and he's put in that position, he'll walk. There's no way he will stay at that club, working under the restrictions that Paul Hurst, Lambert, even McCarthy did. There's no way he will stay.
I still think Paul Cook will get us promoted. Maybe not this season, but next season. We are good enough. I still think we're good at. No, listen. I will back that. I'll say it with my chest, right? I think we'll go up under Paul Cook. Whether we stay there and can become a championship team again is another question. That comes down to the investment. I know we talked about Wigan. As Stephen said before, Wigan spent 10 million quid. I can't see Evans ever shelling out £1 million, right? So, 10 million quid may be a cheap team to put together, but it's out of Marcus Evans's budget, right? So
you don't need to spend loads of money to get out of this league.
No, that's what I mean. We will go out. We will get out of this league. But this time next year, we'll be, if we're not in the championship already, we'll be sitting pretty at the top, right? If Cook's still there. Cook has enough about him in the game. Comes back to what Adam's point was about recruitment. I reckon, I'm hopeful that his recruitment is going to be better than Paul Lambert's. When is the last time we signed a really good player from abroad? As much as it pains me, look at the
I wouldn't say Lambert's recruitment was that bad, Callie.
Who did he bring in? Stephen fucking Ward.
Vincent Young, Garbett,
Vincent
Wilson.
who?
Vincent Young.
Vincent Ancient.
Wilson.
Garbett Garbutt was signed as a defender and he couldn't fucking defend, right? So that was a bad signing. He scored a couple of free
Scored a few
kicks,
goals
right?
for us, though.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
listen, he was a winger.
I wouldn't say that was down to the recruitment why Lambert failed.
I wouldn't say, respectively, them names Cruncher named up there. Some good names in there, to be fair. I mean, they could be better, but it's definitely not
Wilson.
a bad recruitment.
No, but Wilson was a backup option and he's come good, right? And let's be fair, he's had a couple of good games at the beginning of the season. He's had a couple of good games now. You're not fucking lighting the thing up or whatever. And I'm not here to bash anyone, right? And I am a fan of Wilson and Toto together. I think they're our best centre back pairing. But there's not a sign in there that says actually this was a good bit of recruitment. Not a single fucking signing.
They won't get you promoted. Not both of them won't get promoted.
Can we categorically say that they were the players that he wanted?
Don't matter.
Because
I want to see
Lambert threw. Sorry, Kelly, mate. Lambert threw the owner under the bus before the start of last season, didn't he? Before the Burton game, Lambert came out and gave a press conference and said that they had tons of players as targets and they didn't get any of them.
You can't say that this bunch of players is Lambert's fault.
It don't matter. I'm not saying. Listen, I disagree saying it's not his fault because it is. He's the manager. It's his fucking responsibility, right? I don't want to talk too much about Lambert, but that's his responsibility. You get paid the big bucks.
Here's the problem.
You work with what your things are. So
but your things
he
are
might
turn
turn
around, Cal.
Yeah,
but you're finding out Cook is struggling. Cook can't do it either.
Messi's up for free in the summer. I want to sign him. It ain't going to fucking happen just because I want him.
Well, we're not
going to plan B, a plan C, a plan D. There's no other plan.
Going from Johnson, Clark, Harris to Ollie Hawkins is probably one sentence that sums this football club up in just as an umbrella.
But what happens if we do get promoted this year?
If you don't get promoted,
under the same squad. Under the same squad, we'll come back down. Simple, right?
Yeah,
the same squad.
Is the tally going to be worse next year? Because if we got promoted this year, imagine we just continue the way we are, but we keep popping the odd win here and there, and so on, so on. Like, if we get promoted in the summer, it'd be absolutely embarrassing. And just imagine if Norwich don't go up, what will the scoreline be set at Carrow Road?
I'd rather stay in this league, Lewis, and build a team.
That's what I'm saying. Like, is there that point of let's just get to next summer, let's recruit, let's do it all right, and let's do this year? But the flip side of it is,
didn't people say that when we
February
first
next year and say give the manager a year and give him a couple of transfer windows? Then before when they're at 4, 5, 6, 7 years, we're in League One.
We've gone back 2 years because now we're sounding like everyone who says, "Oh, let's go down and rebuild." We're saying let's stay in another year and rebuild. I want us out of this league as soon as possible.
We'll come straight back down. We'll come straight back down, Kelly. It'll be embarrassing. We'll do a Wickham. We'd finish bottom of the league.
I don't give a fuck. if we won't.
You will do, because you'll be on here moaning every week that we get fucking battered. You will.
I'm with Callie for the record. We need championship football. We need championship football. You need to hope you get lucky.
We don't know what would happen if we got promoted. Yeah.
Yes.
We don't know. We could get promoted, and if we finish fourth and bottom at the end of that season, we stay up in the championship and we rebuild. I'd rather rebuild in the championship than I would in the League One.
And thing is, going up in the championship, the caliber of players you can attract is a lot better, right? So you don't have to worry about. You can get a slightly better Keenan Bennett or a slightly better Troy Parrott that's going to do a job up there, right? Going up there, staying here. This will be our third season. Then makes us a League One team. We are not a championship team in League One. Then we are not a sleeping giant. We are an average League One fucking team, and I ain't about that now. We're got
there already, aren't we?
Yeah, we're there already. We are. We're a League One team now.
With respect,
you know what I mean.
They're not exactly a big club, and they're never gonna attract big players, are they?
There will be no difference.
We are a big club, although
if we. Sorry, carry on. I was saying there's going to be no difference if we stay in this league another season, and I still think we'll go up. I think we'll up.
Maybe this season?
Next year. No, maybe it's going to be next season. I don't know. I still think we'll make top 6. Let's see what happens, right?
Okay, no.
I'm not. But going up is going to be, if we don't go up soon and we end up going, say, next year, we're going to be no difference to your Rochdales or Burtons, right? Where we're still a League One punching above. Right?
No ITFC player doing an interview tonight, Andy Warren just said.
No.
Good.
No, I know.
Good. Hopefully he's reading the fucking riot act.
The thing is, though,
this with them players, the biggest bunch of losers are going. no matter how the manager goes in there, giving them the hiding that they deserve, they'll just brush it off and go out and give us a bunch of dross next week.
Do you know what Cole Skuse got from Andy Warren?
I'd give him
minus something. Minus
3. Kenlock got a 3 as well.
Wouldn't you love to play against our midfield
agree,
tonight? Wouldn't you love to just play against Ipswich all over the park? I mean, down the right-hand side of our pitch was Cole Skuse at right centre mid and Luke Chambers. Wouldn't you love a go against that? Anyone with a bit of trick, I would love to have a go at that. Dazelle, get in his face, get right up into him, give him a bit of stick. He'll either try jumping.
We're all here talking about this. So what happened? What's the difference between when we won on the weekend or when we? Because it was a 1-0 scoreline, but we looked a better team for most of the game. Let's all agree on that, right?
Plymouth.
I think we did. For the first half, we were all over them. First half, they had a good spell towards the end. The Lincoln game, we came good in the second half. Before Cook arrived, the 3 games there under Matt Gill. So we're talking about the players. Those are the same fucking players. So what's changed?
Takeover. The news yesterday has put a dampener on the fans, because whether you stay in this division or not, you're still going to need to compete with potentially Sunderland, Portsmouth, teams that have come down from the Championship. You're still going to need a level of investment that nobody on this panel, in this chat, in this world that wears a town badge knows will get from this owner, because you'll be once again fighting at the bottom of the barrel for the 99B world knockoffs. That's what it is. That's what it is.
I just love that analogy.
That's what it is, isn't it? Everyone knows that this takeover, whatever league we were in, would have been the catalyst to put the love and the spark back in you as a fan to go back to Portman Road, not because you have to, but because you want to, and you go there with optimism. But while Marcus Evans controls the budgets and controls the reins, nobody's got that optimistic feeling, because they just know it'll be Drilling and Hawkins up front together next year.
We were optimistic when he came in, weren't we? Evans.
Exactly. But you were optimistic.
Gives you hope.
And exactly. Yes, exactly.
You'd keep that season ticket. If Evans stayed, you'd keep it.
No, I wouldn't.
Well, I would.
I ain't got a season ticket, so
I love my football.
I wouldn't be buying one.
No, I wouldn't. I can't justify it. I used to, it's 2.5 hour, 3 hour drive from my house to Portman Road. That's the home games. I've got my season ticket. I've done it for many years. I ain't doing it again under Evans. This is just one step too much.
He's got me.
Let's be real. Let's be real. This is Ipswich. We don't sell out. So if I want to go see a game, I can get hold of a ticket. You know what I mean? Even if we go to Wembley, I guarantee you, people that ain't got. So Adam says he ain't got a season ticket. We get to Wembley, Adam will be at Wembley. Even in COVID restriction.
My heart just aches because this club is right for the right people to come and do something really special. Look at them up the road. We're twice the club they are.
Are we?
Yes.
Are we? Yeah.
Yes, we are.
Based on what? Based on some things that happened before you and I were both born. Before we were born.
That's called tradition.
I get it. Listen,
that's called tradition, Callie, and that's what sets us apart from these clubs. And they're having their moment now, but then the moment has never been as good as our moment. And
that's what I live here. And that's what I always say to him. Your highs are being a yo-yo club. Our highs are winning European Cups, FA Cups, and competing in Europe and being undefeated in European football over 30 games.
But even away from that, I can remember this club under Royal out of the Premier League. 30-odd thousand fans in the stadium.
All right, let me ask you a question.
Bouncing. You don't need to be a Premier League side to have the road for.
I do get that. Hang on. I do get that. But for people like Lewis, how old are you, Lewis?
Lloyd, 25.
Lloyd, how old are you?
25.
So, look, you're young. It's all right, Martin, we go on about the good old days and what we done. What about the next generation of fans? What have we got for them to look forward to?
I vaguely remember us getting relegated and vaguely remember Alan Armstrong's goal. That's it. 25 years old I am.
Alan Armstrong's goal, bloody hell.
See, to be fair, that's pushing it. When you're looking at it, that is the history of, these younger fans. Our club is a nothing club.
13 years under Evans.
Lost after loss.
Let me ask a slightly different question then. We talk about Norwich Yo-Yo Club or whatever, and okay, they've not got the history. would you have traded the FA Cup, the UEFA Cup, and the league for 10 years consistently in the Premier League up and down?
No, not a chance in the world. No.
Okay.
Ask a Wigan fan, Martin, about would they rather be in the mess they are, or would they have? The fans have had a great day out at Wembley. They beat Man City. They've won an iconic trophy. You'd rather win a trophy, wouldn't you?
Portsmouth say the same.
I'm not saying yes or no. All I'm asking is a question. Is we're saying, we're a bigger club than Norwich. We can't
I'm
say that
31.
anymore.
I don't define my life by 13 years of it. I define my life overall. This is just a moment. This club has the roots in English football. It was called the stately home of English football by Sky only a couple of months ago. Yeah. If you had the right voice, the right plan, this club is ripe for somebody, be it Marcus, whoever, to get it right and be something. You're just not far from London. You're not far at all from London. You're in the right location. Norwich are the only club around you of the size, and they're not of our size. If you get it right, at the moment they are. Well, they're gone on the horizon at the moment, but it's there to be built, and nobody here can see Marcus building it, and that's why we're all on our arse on the floor.
Look at Sheffield United. Prime example. When Wilder took over, 4 games in, they were bottom of this division. And look at the ride. I know it's gone tits up this season, but look at the ride he took them on. Why can't that be us with the right owner?
Because you need a vision and a plan.
Yeah, I know.
And you're not going to get that with this.
Marcus Evans has got his 5-point plan, isn't he? Marcus Evans' 5-point plan. How's that turning out?
The hospitality boxes are nice though, guys. Come on.
Yeah, but we all talk about that. That 5-point plan is a prime indicator of where we are with Marcus. Like you came up with a plan, brilliant. How about you stick to the fucking thing for more than 5 minutes? They should have called it the 5 minutes. Yeah, it's a 5-minute plan.
It's like Matt said on Sunday show. Now, Marcus, I think he wanted half the team, Martin, to come from the academy. Like Matt said, I don't give a stuff at the minute. I don't give a toss if you've got academy kids, you've got experienced players. We just need 11 or a squad of 15, 18 who can go to war every week. And when they get out on that pitch, they pull that shirt on and they put a shift in. Not like tonight, fucking going through the motions. Because that was what it was, wasn't it? Going through the motions.
Don't you think that's genius by Evans to say that, though? Because having players come through the academy, there's no transfer fee. And even if they perform bad, a la Bishop and everyone else, right, who get free rides.
And if you
from the academy,
if you bring our standards down, you can do it. Because the academy then can produce lesser players. Because you don't need the Kieran Dyers because you're not at that level. Neil, you've known me the longest here. You've known me for about 15 years. Anthony Barker asked, Martin, do you dislike Evans or something? What would you answer to Anthony when he asked, do I dislike Evans?
I'd say, does the question need to be asked?
But you see sometimes and when you just watch TV and you watch Sky Sports and he listens to Roy Keane. I mean, he's some people love him, some people hate him or so, but he always barks on about like running your arse off and giving absolutely everything is the bare minimum. Like this 100%. Team can't do the bare minimum. Like how many times, like tonight, did they run their arse off? If the quality's not there, fair enough, but you run your arse off, you give it your all. Andre Dizelle, you're an Ipswich boy, you're born and bred, your dad, your uncle, they all live in this country, you give it your all. Like I don't ever think like they give it their all. I just think like the bare minimum is give it your all and you do your best. That's the bare minimum. If the quality's not there, fair enough, or you're tactically you're not quite there, fair enough, but you do the bare minimum, and they don't do that on 7 out of 10 occasions.
Sad thing about this club is we're talking about like young fans not living through what I've been fortunate enough to live through with Ipswich, right? Like I said, I'm 52 this year, so I've seen the 78, I've seen 81, I've seen all the promotions and the relegations all the way through. I weren't fortunate enough to see the 61 to 62 season. I'd love to have been there, but the reality is not. But my family have lived around. I grew up in Bury St Edmunds. My family lived in Lakenheath and Mildenhall. And a lot of American fans, football fans or soccer fans as they call them, they used to all like, the local major team was Ipswich Town. Now
they used to have a supporters club. Used to have a supporters bus, Mike, going from the bases to Portman Road.
Absolutely. They're not now. They're all Norwich. The amount of Norwich fans, Norwich City shirts I see on the base, I see from Americans and young kids. And obviously you get the Man City, Liverpool, Man United and all that. But I don't see any of these the Americans around my way, young kids or the young lads wearing Ipswich tops. And that's the same.
Why would you?
Yeah.
But in
I think
the nicest
Richard
possible
gets
way.
it. But Richard gets
not-
it. Right investment
not
and the way
relevant.
forward. The stadium would rock week in, week out.
We're not
Still,
relevant
yeah,
to that market base. We're not relevant at that top level, right? They know about Norwich over the last 10 years because they've been in the Premier League. Who are Ipswich? That's the reality of it.
I just think the modern football fan just wants winning football. Like, yes, the league does matter and it does help, but Championship, if you've got a good team, they'll come.
I agree with what Lloyd said there about running your arse off. That's the bare minimum. Look, we all go to work in the week. You want to go to the football on the Saturday, see your team, leave it all out there on the pitch. And if that ain't good enough and you're just not good enough, I can accept that. I can accept losing. But I can't accept tonight when they haven't left it all out there. They haven't. Nowhere near. It looks like Doris the cleaner might get a game.
Yeah, as we close, Paul Cook has quipped that even the cleaners have a chance of getting the game on Saturday. We're back Thursday night, 8:30, to run through it all again. Well, not run through it all again because that would just be depressing as anything. But it's the Thursday night preview show. We will look ahead to the game at the weekend. Joining me this Thursday is Mr. Mike Brown, the fisherman himself, and Tux with that legendary introduction. 8:30, get a beverage, get comfortable, and we'll see you there. But until next time, thank you all for watching. Get subscribing. We are now 20 away from 2000.
20?
Just 20.
Come on. We can do